We'll see if Ullman's a bit more comfortable. 2-0 the count on Young, and the next pitch on the way is fouled back behind the plate. 2-1 the count. Travis Young, the sophomore left fielder, hitting just .214 on the year. No homers, 3 RBIs. Janusta over at first base. He led off tonight's game with a single to center field. 2-1 pitch on the way is chopped towards the left side of the mound, fielded by Ullman. Throw on to first base is in time to get Young. It works like a sacrifice as Janusta moves up 90 feet to second. One down here in the top half of the first inning. And in steps the first baseman, Alec Bohm.
First baseman number 18, Alec Bohm.
Bohm, the sophomore, off to a nice start this year. .293 here in 2017. 2 homers, 8 RBIs for the Shocker first baseman. And an opportunity to put Wichita State on the board first with Janusta standing at second. First pitch swinging, lifted out towards right field. Routine play for Barrick. He'll catch it. Janusta tagging. Now he'll retreat back to second base. 2 down in the inning. Nice throw from Barrick. Got it in to the infield quickly. It was cut off by Marin Kahns, the shortstop. 2 down in the inning, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Luke Ritter. Ritter, the starting second baseman tonight for Wichita State. Sophomore hitting .238 on the year. A home run and 4 RBIs for him. This is a Wichita State team that is winless on the road during weekend series this year. First pitch on the way, fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. 0-6 are the Shockers on weekend series away from Wichita, Kansas. And both of the series away from Wichita on weekends this year came in the state of Louisiana. Wichita State was swept by Louisiana Tech and swept by LSU in Baton Rouge a couple of weeks ago as Ullman shows off the fastball and blows it right by Ritter on the 0-1. So the junior right-hander way ahead here, 0-2 the count. He's ready, 0-2 pitch on the way, and he blew the fastball by him again, strike 3. So Ullman picks up a strikeout. Wichita State strands the runner in scoring position, and that's all for the Shockers in the top half of the first inning. Wichita State, nothing. Cal Poly coming up. You're listening to Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Wichita State unable to score in the top half of the first inning. And the Mustangs will bat for the first time tonight here in the home half of the first inning. Let's give you tonight's starting lineup for Cal Poly as presented by 15th year head coach Larry Lee, who picked up his 460th win with the Mustangs over Gonzaga on Monday night. Alex McKenna, boy, he's been great since moving into the leadoff spot. The junior leads off again and plays center field, followed by Bradley Beasley, the true freshman, hitting second and playing second base. Josh George, the left fielder, bats third. Nick Meyer, the catcher, the sophomore, once again in the cleanup spot. Kyle Marincons batting fifth. Michael Sanderson bats sixth, followed by Elijah Skips, the first baseman, batting seventh. Colby Barrick, the right fielder, bats eighth. And Scott Ogren, the true freshman, gets the start at designated hitter tonight. They'll be up against the fifth-year senior, the right-hander Willie Schwanke, who's making his fifth appearance, fifth start of the season. He's 2-2 with an ERA of 4.03 on the season as McKenna stands in and first pitch swinging. Bounces one foul over near the Shocker first base dugout. 0-1 the count. McKenna leads the Mustangs in batting average early on in the year. 373 for the sophomore. No homers, 7 RBIs. Led the team with 6 home runs as a true freshman a season ago. 0-1 pitch on the way from Schwanke, a fastball that sails off the plate. 1-1 the count. Schwanke beat the Mustangs in Wichita State's only victory during that 3-game series played in Kansas last season. It was a 6-0 win on a Friday night for the Shockers in that one. Schwanke went 8 innings, didn't give up any runs, gave up 5 hits, struck out 6, and walked 2 as the 1-1 pitch on the way to McKenna misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Fifth-year senior sat out the majority of the 2015 season as he earned a medical hardship waiver from the NCAA as McKenna bounces the 2-1 pitch foul down the third base side. So the count now evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Schwanke has been well-traveled during his collegiate career. Began in the SEC at Arkansas and was more of a position player with the Razorbacks. Played in 31 games, started 22 of them, and hit .214 as a true freshman as McKenna bounces another one foul. Count's still 2-2 on the Mustang sophomore center fielder. And after his freshman season at Arkansas, went back down to the JUCO level to play for Grayson College in Denison, Texas, and played a lot as a position player there as well before coming to Wichita State. And well, now he's their Friday night starter on the mound as McKenna shoots one in the left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Alex with a big turnaround first. He'll stop there. And the Mustangs have their leadoff man aboard here in the bottom half of the first inning. So McKenna stays hot at the plate. And here's the true freshman second baseman, Bradley Beasley. Schwanke a season ago made 9 starts, went 5-3 with a 3.40 ERA and 1 complete game. And arguably one of his best performances certainly came against these Mustangs. We talked about it just a moment ago, the 8-inning shutout performance from the right-hander as the first pitch to Beasley misses off the plate. 1-0 the count. Beasley hitting .263 on the year, no homers, 2 RBIs. Yeah, but he had a very nice weekend series against LMU here at Baggett in the Mustangs' first home series of 2017. Quick toss over to first base. McKenna dives back in there safely, and well, Alex certainly not afraid to run. He's already stolen 5 bases this year and attempted 7. Another quick toss over to first base, and McKenna dives back in there safely. Defensively, Wichita State with Travis Young in left, Alex Jackson in center, Grayson Janusta in right field, Boyer, Vickers, Ritter, and Bohm left to right in the infield, and Gunnar Troutwine catching Willie Schwanke here to begin things tonight as Beasley lines one into right field. That'll get down in front of the right fielder Janusta. McKenna on his way to third, and he'll be in there safely without a throw. So back-to-back singles for the Mustangs against the right-hander Schwanke, who gave up just 5 hits in 8 innings last year against Cal Poly. Where the Stangs have him on the corners with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. And here's the junior, Josh George. George tied for the team lead in RBIs with Nick Meyer, who's on deck. Both of them have 12. George, the junior, hitting .306 on the year. No homers, 12 RBIs for him. And a great opportunity to put his team on the board first here in the home half of the first. First pitch on the way, and batting from the left-hand side, George lines it foul and out of play, 0-1. McKenna began this bottom half of the first inning with a single to left center. Beasley just moments ago followed up with a base hit to right. Now runners at the corners for the Stangs. 0-1 pitch fastball on the inside corner. And Schwanke jumps ahead, 0-2 the count. First time that the right-handers gotten ahead, 0-2 tonight. Schwanke comes set at the belt. 0-2 pitch on the way. Little blooper out towards center field coming on Jackson. He's going to make the catch. Tagging from third and coming in to score is Alex McKenna, and the Mustangs lead 1-0. So George gets it done with the sacrifice fly out to center field. His 13th RBI of the year. He retakes the team lead in that category. Alex McKenna scores his 12th run of the season, and the Mustangs cash in the leadoff single. 1-0 Cal Poly here in the home half of the first. Beasley stays put over at first base, 1 on, 1 out. And here's the sophomore catcher, Nick Meyer. Beasley takes off, first pitch, slowly hit towards third, and it'll roll foul. Now, oftentimes before you begin a 3-game set at a ballpark that you're not all that familiar with, if you're a corner infielder, during batting practice, a lot of the times you'll roll a baseball along the foul line in between home plate and the bag at first and third to see what the rolls are like here at Baggett Stadium, to see if generally balls will roll back into play or if they'll roll foul. And the third baseman, Jordan Boyer, that time elected to let that one roll close to the bag at third, and it wound up foul. It's on the next pitch. Meyer grounds one through the right side into right field for a base hit. Beasley stops at second. It's the third single for the Mustangs against Schwanke here in the first inning. 2 aboard with 1 out, and the batter will be Kyle Marincons. So Cal Poly unable to score a run off of Schwanke in 8 innings of work a season ago. Granted, it was on the road in the Midwest. Able to score 1 here in the bottom half of the first inning, and looking for more. Already 3 hits for Cal Poly against the fifth-year senior right-hander. And here's Marincons, sophomore shortstop, batting from the left-hand side, hitting .217 on the year. First pitch swinging, grounds one to second, gobbled up by Ritter. He'll go to Vickers for 1, on to first to Bohm. And it's an inning-ending 4-6-3 double play, but the Mustangs get 1 on the sacrifice fly off the bat of Josh George. And as we head to the top of the second inning, Cal Poly leads Wichita State 1-0. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball from Learfield. Now, most Wichita State sports fans probably have their eyes on the NCAA tournament at the moment. The Shockers playing in the round of 64, taking on Dayton. Wichita State, a 10 seed in the NCAA tournament, beating the Flyers 55-51 right now. That one with less than 2 minutes to play in the second half. So I'm sure a lot of those Shockers sports fans, after that one's all said and done, if Wichita State wins, we'll tune on to Big West TV and see if Wichita State baseball can take care of business here on the road. But it's the Mustangs with a 1-0 lead as we begin the top half of the second inning. Eric Ullman back out there for his second inning of work, and he'll face Boyer, who lifts one out towards deep left field. Going on back towards the warning track and unable to catch it is Josh George on his way to second, and stopping there with a leadoff double is Jordan Boyer. Our Ullman left that fastball up on the inner part of the plate, and Boyer with some quick hands there, able to hit it all the way towards the wall in between the 335 and 385 sign here at Baggett Stadium. And looked like Josh George momentarily would have a beat on it, but the sun's still shining out there in left field, never really found it. And sure enough, it'll be ruled a leadoff double here. Second consecutive inning to begin things tonight that Wichita State has had their leadoff man aboard. And it's Boyer beginning things here in the second inning with a double. As the DH, Dayton Dugas stands in, shows bunt, pulls back, and takes the first one from Ullman low. 1-0 the count. Corner infielders playing in for Cal Poly. 1-0 pitch on the way, showing bunt again, pulling back and taking a stride is Dugas. 1-1 the count. Dugas, the sophomore, hitting .250 on the year. No homers, 8 RBIs. And looking to bunt over Boyer to third base. There's the 1-1 from Ullman. He gets down the bunt. It's a pop fly that'll bounce foul near Cal Poly's third base dugout. So Ullman jumps ahead. 1-2 the count. And perhaps that bunt sign will be taken off here for Dayton Dugas at the plate, who's now behind in the count. Had a ball and 2 strikes. The first of a 3-game set here tonight at Baggett Stadium between the Shockers and the Mustangs. As Ullman steps off the rubber and looks the runner Boyer back to second base. A ball and 2 strikes the count on the Shocker DH, Dayton Dugas, with Trey Vickers, the shortstop, in the on-deck circle. There's the 1-2 from the right-hander, and it's lined foul and out of play down the right field side over towards Bob Jansen Field, the home of Cal Poly softball. How about Cal Poly softball picking up a big victory on the road in Norman earlier today against the 9th-ranked Sooners. A 3-1 win for Cal Poly softball in that one as they continue to impress early on in the season. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boyer on the first pitch he saw here to begin the top half of the second inning. Doubled off the wall in left field. He stands at second with nobody out. 2-2 pitch on the way. Another line drive foul and out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes the count. Right-hander checks second. Next pitch on the way is grounded to third. Bobbled by Sanderson. He'll look the runner back, throw on to first, and it's not in time. Pulled skips off the bag. Everybody's safe. Shockers will have 2 on with nobody out. And that'll be, I'd have to think, ruled an error. It was a tough hop, but a bad throw made by Sanderson. A perfect one probably gets Dugas over at first base. Still no ruling from the official score here, but nonetheless, the Shockers have 2 on with nobody out, and it will be an error issued to the Mustangs senior third baseman Sanderson. And the batter is Trey Vickers. Vickers, the junior, hitting .259 on the year. He shows bunt, gets it down. Fielded by Skips. No, he'll let it roll under his glove. And Beasley, the second baseman, rather picks it up in foul territory. Thought that Skips was going to pick it up. It looked like he was, but like we talked about here at Baggett Stadium, on anything that rolls up the first or third base lines, it tends to, at some point or another, roll into foul territory. And Skips, here in his first year with the Mustangs, and of course practicing the entire preseason leading up to opening day in late February, probably practiced that a few times. Pickoff toss back to second. And diving back in there safely is Boyer. 0-1 the count on Trey Vickers, who, like we mentioned, hitting .259 on the year, does have a home run. And he's driven in 8 runs here in 2017. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He drops down the bunt again, bobbled by Skips. He was going to go to third, but goes the short way to first, covering his Beasley. And that'll be the first out of the inning. But Vickers does his job as Boyer advances to third, and Dugas advances to second. So the Shockers have 2 in scoring position with 1 down here in the top of the second. And here's Gunnar Troutwine. Troutwine off to a slow start this year, hitting a .158 with no home runs and 4 runs batted in. Troutwine last season batted cleanup against the Mustangs in the 3-game series played in Wichita, Kansas. Shockers threatening with 2 in scoring position, 1 down, top of the second, 1-0 Cal Poly as the first one from Ullman is foul tipped into the glove of Meyer, 0-1 the count. Elijah Skips and Michael Sanderson, the corner infielders, playing in. 0-1 pitch is cut on and missed, 0-2. So Ullman has jumped way ahead of the junior catcher here, 0-2 the count. He could use a strikeout. He already has 1 tonight. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way, breaking ball in the dirt. Nice stop by Meyer. And the count had a ball and 2 strikes. Ullman making his 5th start of the season, entered with a 1-3 record with an ERA right around 2. Right-hander ready, 1-2 pitch on the way is cut on and missed, strike 3. So Ullman gets the big strikeout. His second of the evening, 2 down in the inning. And here's the 9-hole hitter, Alex Jackson.
Center fielder number 2, Alex Jackson.
And the Shockers have already stranded a runner in scoring position. Stranded Grayson Janusta at second base back in the first inning. Ullman hoping to add to that total with 2 in scoring position here and 2 down in the second. First one to the left-hand hitting Jackson is a fastball that misses off the plate. Jackson, the starting center fielder tonight for Wichita State. He's a freshman hitting .233 on the year. No homers, 4 RBIs. 7 hits and 30 at-bats as he cuts through the 1-0 pitch. 1-1 the count. Jackson, a native of Double Oak, Texas, as the 1-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen and Ullman jumps ahead. 1-2 the count. Attended Marcus Flower Mound High School in Flower Mound, Texas. Texas is a big state. You hear of a new city essentially every time you welcome in a new team. 1-2 pitch, foul tipped into the glove of Meyer. Ullman falls to the ground as he picks up the strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts, and the Shockers strand a couple in scoring position here in the top half of the second as the Mustang ace works out of some more trouble. Bottom half of the inning upcoming. 1-0 Cal Poly on top. This is Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Now the Shockers have left 3 runners in scoring position through the first 2 innings of tonight's contest. Cal Poly with a 1-0 lead as we get set to go in the bottom half of the second inning. The Mustangs will send up 6, 7, and 8. Sanderson, Skips, and Barrick to face the right-hander Willie Schwanke, who worked out of some trouble after giving up 1 in the bottom of the first inning, thanks to a 4-6-3 double play off the bat of Kyle Marincons to end the frame. Sanderson, the senior, hitting .310 on the year. No homers, 5 RBIs for the Mustang third baseman. First pitch on the way from Schwanke, a fastball low and inside, 1-0. Sanderson had a couple hits in the 6-1 win over Gonzaga last time out on Monday night. 1-0 pitch, fastball inside, 2-0 the count. Sanderson also drew a walk on Monday night in the 6-1 win over the Bulldogs. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way from Schwanke, and it's rolled towards short. Gobbled up by Vickers. His throw across the diamond is in time for out number 1. So Sanderson retired to begin the bottom of the second inning, and here's Elijah Skips.
First baseman, number 24, Elijah Skips.
Skips, the junior, hitting .244 on the year, a home run and 5 RBIs. His first year with the Mustangs. Spent his freshman season in the Pac-12 in Arizona before transferring back to his hometown of Cypress and playing for the Cypress Junior College Chargers. Switch hitter batting from the left-hand side, but talked with Larry Lee, Mustang 15th year head coach, earlier in the season, and Elijah, even against left-hand pitching, is going to continue to hit from the left-hand side. So you're going to take away that switch hit title for him for the remainder of 2017, you'd have to imagine, as he swings through the 1-0, and the count now evened up at a ball and a strike. And well, he's certainly starting to get it going, is Elijah Skips at the plate. Hit in the cleanup spot to open up the season. Struggled a bit. Larry Lee moved him down in the order, and his bat is starting to get hot as the 1-1 pitch misses low. 2-1 the count on Sunday in the 16-1 drubbing of LMU. Had his first Mustang home run. Also had a triple in that one. And on Monday night against Gonzaga, had a 2-run single. So he's starting to become the run producer that the Mustangs hoped he'd be in the first couple weeks of the season as the 2-1 pitch misses off the plate. Schwanke has fallen behind here on Skips. 3-1 the count. Barrick's on deck. The 3-1 pitch on the way is chopped foul back behind the plate. And the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cal Poly here on St. Patrick's Day 2017, as they always do, even when it's not St. Patrick's Day, wearing that beautiful Mustang green. Payoff pitch on the way, and it's a fastball cut on and missed, strike 3. So Schwanke picks up his first strikeout. Had 6 against Cal Poly a season ago. He's retired the first 2 he's faced here in the bottom of the second inning. The base is empty, and here's the right fielder, Colby Barrick. Barrick getting his 3rd consecutive start out in right field for Cal Poly. He's a junior college transfer from Allen Hancock, just down the 101 in Santa Maria. He had .388 last year as a sophomore at the junior college level, as the first pitch from Schwanke is a fastball that misses low and outside. 1-0 the count. He's 3 for 12 as a Mustang this season in his first year at the Division I level, as the 1-0 pitch misses a bit low. 2-0 the count. All 3 of those hits have been extra base hits. 2 doubles and a triple. Had an RBI triple in the 6-1 win to open up the scoring against Gonzaga on Monday night right here at Baggett Stadium. There's the 2-0 pitch from Schwanke, and it's chopped foul near the Shocker first base dugout. 2-1 the count. Wichita State will send up the top third of their order in the 3rd inning. Janusta Young and Bohm to face Eric Ullman. 2-1 pitch on the way. Fastball cut on and missed, 2-2. So Schwanke, after giving up a run on 3 hits in the first, looking for a quiet 1-2-3 inning here in the second. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way to Barrick, and it's lifted out towards center field. Moving over to his left, the freshman Jackson will make the catch, and that will end the inning. Mustangs retired in order here in the home half of the second, and as we head to the third, 1-0 Cal Poly. You're listening to Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Eric Ullman back out there for a third inning of work. His Mustangs lead the Shockers of Wichita State 1-0. This is the opener of a 3-game set between Cal Poly and Wichita State this weekend at Baggett Stadium. The Mustangs 5-11 on the season, but they've won 2 in a row, and they're 3-2 here at home in 2017. This is Game 6 of a 12-game homestand for Cal Poly. Top third of the order due up for Wichita State. Grayson Janusta, the right fielder, who led off the game with a single to center. First pitch swinging, pops one fouling out of play, 0-1 the count. Janusta continues to have a great 2017 campaign. Was hitting .344 coming in as he chops this one towards first. Skips, flips it to Ullman covering. And Janusta retired for the first out here in the top half of the third inning. One down, and the batter will be Travis Young, the left fielder. Young chopped out back to the mound in the first inning, shows bunt, and bunts it foul up the third base line, 0-1 the count. Young, the third-year sophomore from Derby, Kansas. Played in 49 games a season ago as a freshman, a redshirt freshman. Started 30, hit .317 with 2 home runs and 17 RBIs. So he turned a lot of heads in his first year playing at the Division I level as the 0-1 pitch is chopped foul down the third base side. So Eric jumps ahead, 0-2 the count. But off to a slow start, as we mentioned earlier this year. Now 12 for 57 here in 2017. 0-2 the count. Ullman's 0-2 in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes. One nothing Mustangs with the bases empty and 1 down here in the top half of the third. There's the 1-2 from Ullman. Fastball high, 2-2. Now Ullman ranges anywhere from 90 to 94 on the fastball, and we've seen it blown by a few of these Shocker hitters already tonight. 2-2 pitch breaking ball off the plate. So Ullman who began this at-bat with 2 consecutive strikes, has now missed with 3 in a row. And the count runs full on Young. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander ready. 3-2 pitch on the way. Is lifted out towards right center. McKenna over to his left. He's not going to get there. That lands right in between the right fielder Barrick and the center fielder McKenna. Young is not stopping at second. He's on his way to third, and he's in there easily with a 1-out triple. Now that one actually landed closer to the Mustang right fielder Colby Barrick than it did to the center fielder Alex McKenna. And it didn't exactly look like Barrick ever read that one all that well off the bat of Young. And it dropped in between them. The second extra base hit of the evening for Wichita State against the Mustang junior Eric Ullman. And Travis Young at third base with 1 down for Alec Bohm. First pitch from Ullman, a fastball way high. Meyer had to come out of his crouch to squeeze it. And the count at a ball and no strikes. There's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Cut on and missed, 1-1. Bohm is 0 for 1 tonight. Flew out to right field and is only at bat back in the first inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Grounded past the diving Sanderson, fielded by Marincon. That'll get the run home. Throw on to first is in time. But it's an RBI ground out off the bat of Alec Bohm. And we're tied at 1 with the bases empty and 2 down here in the top of the third.
Second baseman Luke Ritter.
Bohm's 9th RBI of 2017. And the Shockers, after leaving 3 in scoring position through the first 2 innings of this one, finally able to cash in a run as Ritter, the cleanup hitter, stands in, and Ullman blows the fastball right by him. 0-1 the count. Ritter, one of 3 strikeout victims tonight for Wichita State, as the 0-1 pitch barely misses off the outside corner. 1-1 the count. One pitch on the way, cut on and missed, 1-2. The shadows starting to creep in now over the entire infield here at Baggett Stadium as the 1-2 pitch bounces up there and finds its way to the backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. So a little bit easier at this juncture of the night for these hitters to see what's coming from the mound compared to the first 2 innings, as the 2-2 pitch is off the end of the bat, popped up foul territory, Skips chasing, and he won't get there. That one lands back behind the Shocker first base dugout into the seats. And Ritter stays alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Cal Poly will send up 9-1-2 in the bottom half of the third. Ogren, McKenna, and Beasley. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Ullman in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. If Ritter can extend the inning, Boyer stands in the on-deck circle. Right-hander working out of the windup. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball chopped foul. So Ritter stays alive. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. Bases empty, 2 down. We're all tied at 1 here in the third. 3-2 pitch on the way is swung on and missed, strike 3. So Ullman strikes out Ritter for the second time tonight. It's the 4th K for the junior, but Wichita State able to tie the score at 1, courtesy of an RBI ground out off the bat of Alec Bohm following the triple from Travis Young. And as we head to the bottom of the third inning, we're all tied at 1. Wichita State and Cal Poly playing game 1 of 3 this weekend at Baggett Stadium. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball from Learfield. Shockers and Mustangs knotted up at 1 as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Cal Poly will send up 9-1-2 against the fifth-year senior right-hander Willie Schwanke of Wichita State, who's given up 3 hits and 1 earned run over 2 innings of work. Did retire the Mustangs in order in the second inning. Ogren, the DH tonight for Larry Lee, true freshman, standing in, takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Ogren, no homers and an RBI, 5 for 30 to begin his collegiate career. As Schwanke gets another one over, this time on the outside corner. And the right-hander jumps ahead quickly, 0-2 the count. Here comes the 0-2 pitch on Ogren. Fastball upstairs, 1-2 the count. Ogren from Valencia, down in the Valley. Drafted in the 27th round by the Minnesota Twins out of high school, as the 1-2 pitch is hit out towards center. Going back is Jackson near the warning track. He'll make the catch, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So Schwanke has quietly retired the last 5 Mustangs he's faced, and we'll see how Cal Poly does second time around the order. Here's Alex McKenna, who got things started back in the first inning with a single to center field. His 23rd hit of the season. Now 23 for 60 at the plate. His average creeping up near 400. There's the first pitch on the way, hit sharply towards short, fielded by Vickers. His throw across the diamond in time, 2 down in the inning. So McKenna retired on just 1 pitch. That's 6 in a row retired by Schwanke. And the batter will be Bradley Beasley.
Second baseman, Bradley Beasley.
Beasley 1 for 1. Lined a single to right field his only time up back in the first. First one from Schwanke, a fastball in at the knees, 0-1. One our score with the bases empty and 2 down in the bottom of the third as Beasley shoots this one out towards left. But Travis Young, the Shocker left fielder, has a beat on it. He'll make the catch. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Willie Schwanke. Side retired in order. He's set down the last 7 Mustangs he's faced. As we head to the top of the 4th inning, all knotted up at 1 between Wichita State and Cal Poly. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball from Learfield.
Third baseman, Jordan Boyer.
Top of the 4th at Baggett Stadium, St. Patrick's Day 2017. The green is out and about amongst a pretty good crowd on hand for game 1 of 3 this weekend between the Cal Poly Mustangs and Wichita State Shockers. Right now, all tied at 1 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Chris Sylvester here with you. So happy you could join us on a Friday night for some college baseball. a night where college basketball probably a lot more popular. March Madness getting underway this week. And his first pitch swinging, Jordan Boyer pops one fouling out of play. Boyer, Dugas, and Vickers, 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Shockers here in the top of the fourth. 0-1 pitch on the way. That one lined back to the screen, foul, 0-2 the count. Boyer saw just one pitch in his first at-bat back in the second and doubled to left field. Nothing into the count. Ullman's next pitch on the way. Breaking ball got him swinging. Down he goes on 3 pitches. Boyer retired to begin the fourth. 1 down in the inning, and here's the DH, Dayton Dugas.
Designated hitter, Dayton Dugas.
It was strikeout number 5 for Eric Ullman, the right-hander, as the first pitch to the Shocker DH is fouled out of play down the right field side. 0-1 the count. And the first name, Dayton, out to ring a bell for Wichita State sports fans. The Shockers just beat the Flyers of Dayton in the NCAA tournament to move on and play the winner of Kentucky and Northern Kentucky, 64-58. That one went final just moments ago. 0-2 the count. Next pitch on the way. Fastball just off the plate. And the count now at 1-2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Cut on and missed, strike 3. So Ullman with back-to-back strikeouts here to open up the top of the fourth. That's now 6 for the junior right-hander. And he struck out the first 2 batters he's faced this inning on just 7 pitches.
Shortstop, Trey Vickers.
Here's Trey Vickers, the Shocker shortstop, batting from the right-hand side. First pitch swinging, popped fouling out of play. Nothing and 1 the count. 0-1 pitch on the way. Check swing. He went around. 0-2 the count. Boy, Ullman has these Shocker hitters fooled here in the top half of the fourth. On the verge of striking out the side. 0-2 pitch on the way. On a hop towards Skips off of his knee. Barehanded by Beasley. Throw to Ullman covering is not going to be in time. And Ullman is holding his right hamstring. Had to extend out a bit, covering first base. That was a tough hop for Elijah Skips, the first baseman. We'll see what the official scoring on that one is. But nonetheless, the Shockers have a base runner with 2 down here in the top of the fourth. And Gunnar Troutwine, the Shocker catcher, will be the batter, and it'll be ruled an error. Second Mustang error of the night as Troutwine takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Troutwine, a strikeout victim, and his only at bat back in the second inning. Oh, 1 pitch on the way in the dirt. Stopped by Meyer, the catcher. 1-1 the count. Short lead over at first for Vickers, who just reached on the error as the 1-1 pitch misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike. The first error of the night was committed by Michael Sanderson back in the second inning. 2-1 pitch on the corner for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's one facet of the game that I'm sure Larry Lee still hopes to see make some progress as the season moves along. Certainly feels like the bats are starting to come alive, and the pitching has been pretty good as of late, but defensively the Mustangs certainly need to improve as Ullman blows the fastball by Troutwine, striking him out for a second time tonight. 7 strikeouts for the junior right-hander. Nothing across for the Shockers here in the fourth. Bottom half of the inning upcoming. All tied at 1 between Cal Poly and Wichita State. You're listening to Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Six other Big West Conference teams in action tonight. We'll get you score updates from those games in just a moment. 1-1 the score here at Baggett Stadium between Wichita State and Cal Poly. First of a 3-game set this weekend in San Luis Obispo. Eric Ullman has been awfully impressive through 4 innings of work. Already 7 strikeouts for the junior right-hander. And after a rough first inning for Willie Schwanke, the 50-year senior right-hander of Wichita State, he has bounced back in a big way. He's retired the last 7 batters he's faced and set down the Mustangs in order in each of the last 2 innings. His first pitch swinging Josh George taps one softly towards first. Bohm will flip over to Schwanke covering. 1 pitch, 1 out. 8 in a row set down by the right-hander. And here's the cleanup hitter, Nick Meyer. UC Irvine at Seattle, that one was postponed. Cal State Northridge earlier today in the Valley taking down the Gales of St. Mary's, a regional team from a year ago. 5-4 was the final in that one. UC Santa Barbara beat Stony Brook 12-4 earlier this afternoon, as the first one to Meyer is in there for a strike. Meyer singled to right field and is only at bat back in the first inning. There's the 0-1 pitch on the way, grounded to short. Fielded by Vickers, throw to first in time. So Schwanke certainly getting into a rhythm himself. 2 down in the inning. He's set down the last 9 Mustangs now. And here's Kyle Marincons. Marincons grounded into the twin killing that ended the first inning, 4-6-3. That got Schwanke out of some trouble, and he has settled in nicely since then. First one to Marincons, a fastball low. Other scores from around the conference. 3-2, UC Riverside leads CSU Bakersfield in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That game being played at the Plex down in Riverside. New Mexico visiting 10th-ranked Cal State Fullerton this weekend in Orange County. That one will get going in a few minutes from now. And how about the Indiana Hoosiers? Traveling to the island of Oahu, taking on the Rainbow Warriors in a few hours from now. Next pitch on the way to the left-hand hitting Marincons off the plate. It's a good hitter's count here for the sophomore. 2-0 pitch, fastball high and away. 3 balls and no strikes. If Marincons can extend the inning, Michael Sanderson, the senior 3rd baseman, stands on deck. There's the 3-0 pitch on the way, fastball right there. Marincons taking all the way, 3-1. Now Cal Poly, after a 3-game weekend set here with Wichita State, will welcome in Nebraska for 4 beginning on Thursday night. As the 3-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. It'll be a Thursday night game, a Friday night game, and 2 games on Saturday. A doubleheader. First one will begin at 1 o'clock. Second one expected to be right after at 4 o'clock as Marincons lines one into left field for a base hit. So on 3-2, Marincons takes it the other way. That'll end a string of 9 batters in a row retired by Schwanke. The 4th Mustang hit of the night. And there's Michael Sanderson. So Marincons aboard. This is his 14th base hit of the year. Now 14 for 62. First pitch swinging. Sanderson lines one into right field. It'll drop in front of Janusta. Back-to-back singles here with 2 outs for the Mustangs. And that'll bring up Elijah Skips. So Schwanke, who had made easy work of Cal Poly from the final batter he faced in the first inning until 2 outs here in the 4th. It's now given up back-to-back singles. And in a 1-1 tie, Elijah Skips with a base hit here could give Cal Poly their first lead since the 3rd inning. First one to Skips, batting from the left-hand side, is in there for a strike. Skips a strikeout victim in his first at-bat back in the 2nd inning. The only strikeout that Schwanke has recorded thus far tonight. And Skips certainly a guy that will strike out from time to time. It was the 15th time already this season in which he'd been set down on strikes as the 0-1 pitch misses low. 1-1 the count. Marincons stands at second. Sanderson stands at first with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. All tied at 1 between Wichita State and Cal Poly. 1-1 the count on Skips as Schwanke steps off and looks Marincons back to second base. Count evened up at 1-1 on Elijah Skips. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Good off-speed pitch, catches the outside corner. And Schwanke jumps ahead, a ball and 2 strikes on the Mustang junior first baseman. Shockers will send up 9-1-2. Jackson, Janusta, and Young in the top half of the 5th. As Schwanke taking his time out there, will step off the mound once again. Marincons with 2 outs in the inning, single to left. That was followed up by the single off the bat of Michael Sanderson to right. 1-2 pitch on the way to Skips, fastball low. And the count now evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two on, 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Elijah Skips. Looking to come through for the Mustangs with 2 down in the inning. Next pitch on the way, fastball low and inside. And the count runs full, and with 2 down in the inning, both runners, Marincons from second, Sanderson from first, will be on the move with the pitch. So a base hit to the outfield would certainly allow Cal Poly to retake the lead. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. There go the runners. Next pitch on the way is chopped foul back behind the plate. It caromed off the shin guard of the catcher, Troutwine, out near the right side of the infield. So Schwanke will ask for a new baseball. And we'll try it again with both runners in motion. And the count full on Elijah Skips with 2 down in a 1-1 ball game, bottom of the 4th inning. Right-hander ready. Checks the runners. They'll take off. 3-2 pitch lined into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Marin Cons will score. Sanderson to third. And the Mustangs regain the lead. It's 2-1. Elijah Skips comes through with the count full. That's now 3 straight singles for Cal Poly off Schwanke here with 2 down in the 4th. And Skips knocks in his 6th run of 2017. Now 5 of those 6 RBIs off the bat of Elijah Skips have come now in the last 3 games. So if that's not a sign that his bat's starting to get hot, I'm not sure what is. Here's Colby Barrick, another batter that stands in from the left-hand side. He shoots one down the left field side. Chasing and unable to get there is Travis Young. That'll one-hop the wall. Sanderson scores. Skips is being waved around. No throw to the plate. It's a 2 RBI double off the bat of Barrick, and the Mustangs lead it 4-1. 4 straight hits for Cal Poly with 2 outs here in the 4th. And Colby Barrick going the other way. Placed it perfectly past the outstretched glove of Travis Young, the left fielder. About 5, maybe 6 feet to the right of the foul line out in left field, and over the head of Young. Skips able to score all the way from first, and the Mustangs have their largest lead of the night, 4-1, as 3 have come across here in the bottom of the 4th inning, all with 2 outs, as Mike Steele, the first-year pitching coach of Wichita State, out to the mound to talk things over with Schwanke, who's been rattled after his streak of 9 batters in a row retired was ended with the Marin Cons single that was followed up by the Sanderson single. Skips with another single to score Marin Cons, and Barrick, first pitch swinging, doubles the other way, one hopping the wall in left field to give Cal Poly a 4-1 lead. Barrick knocking in his 3rd and 4th runs of the season. And here's Ogren, the DH, first pitch swinging, chops it softly towards short, coming in Vickers on the infield grass, throws to first, and it's just in time. That'll end the inning with the Mustangs with 2 outs, put together 4 consecutive hits and score 3 runs. And as we head to the top of the 5th inning, 4-1, Cal Poly leads Wichita State. You're listening to Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Cal Poly able to piece together 4 consecutive hits with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Mustangs lead the Shockers of Wichita State 4-1 as we begin the top half of the 5th. Eric Ullman, the fantastic junior right-hander, out there for his 5th inning of work. And the first one to Alex Jackson, the left-hand hitting freshman in there for a strike. 0-1 pitch on the way, lined out towards left center field. Positioned perfectly, though, is Alex McKenna. He'll make the catch, and that'll be out number 1 to begin the top half of the 5th. Back to the top of the order, Grayson Janusta will be the batter. Ullman has missed a lot of bats here this evening. 7 strikeouts for the junior right-hander through now 4 1/3. Janusta 1 for 2 tonight. Singled to start things in the first and grounded out to the right side of the infield his last time up. First one from Ullman off the plate. 1-0 pitch on the way, fouled straight back to the screen. 1-1 the count. Janusta, the sophomore native of Kansas, starting in right field tonight, but does play some first base. Started 23 games at first base a season ago, while starting 13 in right field and also 10 at the DH spot as the next pitch misses low and inside. 2-1 the count. He was a first-team freshman All-American a season ago as Ullman blows the fastball by him to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Missouri Valley Conference Co-Freshman of the Year last year, and second-team All-Valley at first base as the 2-2 pitch just misses. And the count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. .326 last year as a freshman with 5 homers and 32 runs driven in. A very impressive player that the Shockers will have for at least one more year is the 3-2 pitch. Fastball got him looking on the outside corner. Strikeout number 8 for Ullman. 2 down. Janusta goes down on strikes, and the batter will be Travis Young.
Left fielder Travis Young.
Young 1 for 2 tonight. Tripled to right field and scored the Shockers' only run of the game back in the 3rd inning as he lays down a bunt, but it's foul over by the Mustang dugout. 0-1 the count. Third-year sophomore. Batting from the right-hand side, the 0-1 pitch, Ullman. Boy, does he continue to show off the velocity on his fastball as he continues to make hitters look silly up there. Blows another one by Young. 0-2 the count. Right-hander ready, 0-2 pitch on the way. Low and outside as Ullman again slips and falls after the delivery. That was back in the 1st inning. One batter in that he asked a member of the grounds crew to come out and add some more dirt to the mound. And we've seen him slip on it a couple of times tonight as the 1-2 pitch, wicked breaking ball, cut on and missed. Strikeout number 9. Shockers go down in order here in the top half of the 5th. Bottom half of the inning upcoming, 4-1. Cal Poly leads Wichita State. You're listening to Mustangs baseball from Learfield. the night is over for Willie Schwanke. The Mustangs knock him out after 4 innings of 4-run baseball. And the new pitcher for Wichita State, it's another right-hander out there on the bump. Robbie Evans, the sophomore right-hander, the second Shocker pitcher of the night. So Schwanke lasts just 4 innings. The book closed on the right-hander, and if Wichita State can't come back in this one to at least tie it, he would be on the hook for the loss. 4 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, no walks, and a strikeout compared to last year when he went 8 innings, gave up 5 hits, no runs, 6 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Feels good to be back in San Luis Obispo. I'm sure that's what the Mustangs are saying down in their third base dugout when talking about facing Schwanke. Perhaps the revenge factor. The Mustangs were left feeling a bit sour last year after Schwanke pitched so well against them. First one from Evans into Alex McKenna is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Top third of the order due up for Cal Poly here in the home half of the 5th. Leading 4-1 over Wichita State. Next one from Evans, breaking ball tapped foul back behind the plate. 0-2 the count. Evans, the 6'2", 200-pound right-hander. He's a sophomore from Frisco, Texas. Attended Liberty High School. Wears goggles out there on the hill. There's the 0-2 pitch on McKenna, and it's swung on and missed strike 3. So Alex down on just 3 pitches swinging. Evans picks up a strikeout against the first batter he faces. And here's Bradley Beasley. Evans certainly struggled a season ago. In 12 appearances and 1 start, went 0-1 with an ERA of 6.43, but he did pitch against Cal Poly a season ago, back on March the 26th of 2016, and didn't allow any runs against the Mustangs in an inning in 2/3 of work. There's the first one to the right hand hitting Beasley is high and outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. There's the 1-0 pitch on the way, grounded just foul. Near the bag at third, 1-1. Paul Graham, the third base umpire, right on that one, emphatically making the foul call. 1-1 the count. This is Robbie Evans' 6th appearance of the year. Beasley shoots this one out towards right, taking a couple steps back and making the catch is Janusta. That'll be the second out of the inning. No record for the right-hander. An ERA of 3.38. He's only worked in 5 1/3 innings this year, giving up 2 runs, both earned. 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Hasn't allowed an extra base hit yet, and hasn't pitched more than 2 innings in a game this year. As Josh George stands in, first pitch swinging, pops it up out towards left. Can of corn for Travis Young, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Robbie Evans and the Shockers. Top of the 6th upcoming, 4-1, the Mustangs on top. This is Mustangs baseball from Learfield. The top of the 6th inning is presented by Coors Light. The bigger the mountain, the better the reward. Whatever your mountain, climb on. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer and great responsibility. 4-1 Mustangs as we get going in the top of the 6th. Chris Sylvester here with you on a Friday night. First of 3 between Cal Poly and Wichita State this weekend in San Luis Obispo. Shockers will send up 3, 4, and 5 against Eric Ullman, who's been fantastic through 5 innings of work. He's racked up 9 strikeouts as Alec Boehm leading things off. First pitch swinging, pops one foul and out of play down the right field side. 0-1 the count. Boehm an RBI ground out last time up in the 3rd. Cuts through the 0-1 and misses. 0-2 the count. Boehm, the sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska. Here's the 0-2 from Ullman. Fastball outside, 1-2. Boehm last year, as a true freshman, contributed big time. Hit .303 with 6 homers and 30 RBIs. Good young nucleus here for Wichita State as Ullman picks up another strikeout. Boehm goes down swinging, and now Ullman has tied his career high, a mark that he set back at the end of February on the road in Stockton against Pacific. That's number 10 tonight for Ullman through 5 1/3. Leadoff man gone here in the 6th, and the batter will be Luke Ritter. Ritter, the cleanup hitter and the second baseman tonight for Wichita State. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. First one from Ullman off the plate. 1-0 pitch, fastball outside, quickly 2-0. Ritter, another one of those young underclassmen, seeing a lot of playing time this year for the Shockers. Sophomore from Overland Park in Kansas as Ullman gets across the 2-0 pitch on the outside corner. 2-1 the count. Ritter a season ago hit .272 with 3 homers and 25 RBIs as he lifts this one foul and out of play down the right field side. So the count now evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch on the way. Breaking ball in the dirt. And the count now runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jordan Boyer, the Wichita State third baseman in the on-deck circle, as the payoff pitch runs inside and gets a piece of Ritter. Ullman talking things over with Heath Jones, the home plate umpire, and trying to, I'd imagine, say that on the breaking ball there, Ritter didn't attempt to get out of the way. Nonetheless, it would have been ball 4. Even if it wasn't a hit by pitch, no way it would have been called a strike. So Ritter's aboard with 1 out. First pitch swinging. Boyer lifts one out towards center. McKenna barely has to move. He'll make the catch. And that'll be the second out of the inning. So Boyer retired on 1 pitch. 2 outs here in the 6th. Ritter still over there at first base, and the batter will be the DH, Dayton Dugas. Had been pronouncing it Dugas through his first 2 at-bats, and I do apologize. Too caught up in the March Madness scene of the Dayton Flyers, didn't pay too much attention to the last name. Something like that. First pitch to Dugas is fouled back and out of play. 0-1 the count. Wichita State in men's basketball did beat Dayton earlier today as Dugas lifts one high in the air out towards left field. Playable for George. He'll make the catch out there in the gap, and that will end the inning. After the hit by pitch with 1 out in the inning, back-to-back flyouts and nothing doing for Wichita State as we head to the bottom of the 6th. 4-1, Cal Poly on top. This is Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Bottom of the 6th at Baggett. The Mustangs will send up the middle of the order against the right-handed sophomore Robbie Evans back out there for his second inning of work, taking over for Willie Schwanke, the starter, who lasted just 4 innings tonight. Nick Meyer, Kyle Marincons, and Michael Sanderson. A lot of M's for the Mustangs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Meyer, Marincons, and Michael Sanderson. Meyer, the cleanup hitter tonight. Sophomore catcher. Singled back in the first inning. First pitch swinging, chops one to third. Tough hop for Boyer. He scoops it up, throws to first. And one pitch, one down for Evans to begin the bottom of the 6th. Here's Marincons. Evans now has retired the first 4 batters he's faced since coming out of the bullpen last inning. Marincons 1 for 2 with a run scored tonight. Started that 2-out rally where the Mustangs put together 4 consecutive hits and wound up scoring 3 runs back in the 4th inning. Marincons, the shortstop tonight, takes the first one from Evans low and inside, 1-0 the count. There's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Cal Poly with a 4-1 lead over Wichita State with the bases empty and 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 2-0 from Evans. Fastball right there, 2-1. Tomorrow, Cal Poly will send Spencer Howard to the mound, who's been tabbed as the Saturday starter for now, and Sunday still a question mark as the 2-1 pitch is cut on and missed. 2-2 the count. Bobby I, who started last Sunday against LMU, left in the 4th inning of that game with what appeared to be a strained forearm or something of that nature. His status for Sunday is unknown. 2-2 pitch popped in the air, fouling out of play. So Larry Lee does certainly have some options. Guys that have started and done fairly well this season. Trent Shelton, the 4th-year junior left-hander, started his career at Oregon State. Probably an option. Kyle Smith, who pitched pretty well on Monday against Gonzaga, could be an option. As the 2-2 pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. So the count now runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes from Evans to Marincons. Sanderson's on deck. There's the payoff pitch on the way, and it's cut on and missed, strike 3. So Evans picks up his 2nd strikeout. He's retired all 5 Mustangs he's faced tonight. The base is empty with 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the senior 3rd baseman, Michael Sanderson.
Michael Sanderson.
Sanderson 1 for 2. A base hit to right field his last time up in the 4th. Came around to score on the 2-run double off the bat of Colby Barrick. First one to Sanderson, breaking ball off the plate. 1-0 the count. Going back to the potential Sunday starter. It could be a bullpen game for Larry Lee as well, with no beginning of the week game, with Nebraska rolling in for 4 beginning on Thursday night. As the 1-0 pitch misses just off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Of course, the Cornhuskers led by former Major Leaguer Darren Erstad, as Sanderson rolls one through the left side of the infield for a 2-out base hit. First base runner against Evans out of the bullpen. And here's Elijah Skips with 2 outs and Sanderson at first.
First baseman Elijah Skips.
Skips 1 for 2. His only 2 at-bats tonight came against Willie Schwanke, the starter. Struck out his first time and Single to center scoring Marincons, an RBI base hit off the bat of Skips his last time up in the fourth. Sanderson a short lead over at first. Skips batting from the left-hand side, shoots one foul, and out of play, 0-1. Skips a season ago at Cypress Junior College. Helped the Chargers, is what they call them, down in Orange County, to a California Junior College state championship game at .333 with 8 homers and 35 runs batted in, as he takes the 0-1 pitch on the inside corner for a strike. So Evans jumps way ahead, 0-2 the count on Skips. Bottom third of the order due up for the Shockers in the 7th. 0-2 pitch on the way. Skips reaches out, pokes one to left, but right at Young. He'll make the catch, and that will end the inning. Sanderson able to get aboard via the 2-out single, but that's all for the Mustangs here in the 6th. Top half of the 7th upcoming. Still 4-1 Cal Poly. You're listening to Mustangs baseball from Learfield. .4-1 Mustangs as we get going in the top of the 7th inning. The top of the 7th is presented by San Luis Sports Therapy. Get the treatment you need with the care you deserve. San Luis Sports Therapy, quality care for a better quality of life. Eric Ullman, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 10 strikeouts, tying a career high. Back out there for his 7th inning of work. This is his first pitch in there for a strike to Trey Vickers, the Shocker shortstop. Next pitch on the way, fastball that misses outside, 1-1 the count. Vickers 0 for 1, laid down a sacrifice bunt back in the 2nd inning. There's the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike on the Wichita State shortstop. 2-1 pitch on the way, fastball off the plate. And Ullman has fallen behind here. 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch on the way. That one catches the outside corner. So now the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Vickers. Ullman is yet to walk a batter tonight, but he did hit a batter last inning. Payoff pitch on the way. Line foul down the right field side. So the 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Vickers continues to battle. And the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's the payoff pitch. Vickers barely got a piece of it. Tapped foul back behind the plate. And the count will remain at 3 balls and 2 strikes. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat from Ullman to Vickers. Gunnar Troutwire, the catcher, standing in the on-deck circle. Here's the 3-2 pitch again, just outside, ball 4. Looked like a little bit of a check swing from Vickers. The Mustangs really want an appeal down to first base, but Heath Jones, the home plate umpire, won't give him one. And it won't be Troutwire who comes to bat here with the runner on first and nobody out in the 7th. We will have a pinch hitter, Jacob Katzvey, the freshman who bats from the left-hand side, will be the pinch hitter. And how appropriate to have something along the lines of pinch here on St. Patrick's Day. The old tradition, of course, pinch somebody who's not wearing green. I'm not wearing green. Can you believe it? Cal Poly's play-by-play guy on St. Patrick's Day isn't wearing green. First pitch swinging, and Katzvey lines one into right field for a base hit and slips as he rounds first base. So back-to-back shockers have reached here to begin the 7th. And the tying run will come to the plate. Alex Jackson, the center fielder, will be the batter. So Katzvey, the freshman from Lee's Summit, Missouri, on the first pitch he sees from Ullman, singles to right field, and Larry Lee takes a slow trot out to the mound. The right-hander, he's been fantastic, but the tying run at the plate with nobody out here in the 7th. Now good old Larry, 15th season as head coach of the Mustangs, and still no signal. See if Larry will go to the bullpen. Heath Jones, the home plate umpire, will walk out there to the mound to try and break up the meeting. Larry probably asking his ace if he feels like he can still give Cal Poly a few more batters at the very least, and Larry's going to leave him in there. So Ullman will remain in the game. 2 on, nobody out. The Mustangs with a 4-1 lead here in the top of the 7th inning, but Alex Jackson, the freshman center fielder who lined out to center field his last time up, will come to the plate representing the tying run. Now Jackson, playing in his first year at the collegiate level, does not have a home run this season. He has driven in 4 in 2017. There's the first one to him. He shows bunt, pulls back, and takes the first one from Ullman. Low and inside, 1-0 the count. Vickers, the runner at second. Katzvey, the pinch hitter, who saw just one pitch and singled to right, over at first. 1-0 pitch. Jackson shows bunt, lays it down, and Meyer fielded it barehanded right in the batter's box, but it bounced in foul territory first before Meyer picked it up. So both base runners will retreat. And the count even at 1-1 on Alex Jackson. Jackson, the Shockers' starting center fielder, was a middle infielder throughout high school. 1-1 pitch, shows bunt again, lays it down right back to the mound. Ullman will go to first, and it's in time. But Jackson gets down the sacrifice bunt. Vickers advances to third. Katzvey to second, 2 in scoring position with 1 down here in the top of the 7th. And back to the top of the order, Grayson Janusto will be the batter.
Right fielder Grayson Genista.
Genesta 1 for 3 tonight. Struck out his last time up. Singled all the way back in the first. Batting from the left-hand side. Takes the first one from Ullman, high and inside, 1-0. The Mustangs, as they have been the entire evening, shifting on the right side of the infield against the left-hand hitting Janusto. 1-0 pitch low, 2-0. The old picket fence set up by Cal Poly on the right side of the infield with 3 infielders over there. Sanderson, the third baseman, the lone infielder on the left side of the infield. Skips, Beasley, and Marincons, first, second, and short, all on the right side. 2-0 pitch inside, 3-0. And if Ullman loses Ginesta here, even with the open base at first, that might be it for the right-hander. There's the 3-0 pitch on the outside corner, 3-1. Ullman clearly trying to nibble around Wichita State's best hitter, Grayson Ginesta. Here's the 3-1 pitch on the outside corner again. And the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Shockers have left 5 on base tonight. 3 in scoring position. 3-2 pitch on the way. On a hop towards the right side of the infield, fielded by the shortstop Marincons. That'll get a run home. Throw on to first is in time. Vickers scores from third. It's RBI number 15 this year for Ginesta. Catsby moves up to third base, and it's 4-2 Cal Poly. Travis Young will be the batter. Young 1 for 3 this evening against the right-hander Ullman. Tripled and scored back in the 3rd inning. He's also struck out once against the right-hander. First pitch on the way, lifted out towards center. Routine play for Alex McKenna. He'll squeeze it, and that will end the inning. Wichita State gets 1, but Ullman able to work out of further trouble here in the top half of the 7th inning. Stretch time here at Baggett Stadium. 4-2, Cal Poly leads Wichita State. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball from Learfield. Tonight's game is brought to you by More Office Solutions, Milestone Tavern, Digital West, Ferguson, and the Martha Olson Fernandez Foundation. All proud supporters of Mustang Athletics as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cal Poly with a 4-2 lead over Wichita State, 8-9-1. Due up for the Mustangs against the right-hander Robbie Evans back out there for his 3rd inning of work. Colby Barrick, Scott Ogren, and Alex McKenna due up for the Stangs here in the home half of the 7th. Barrick batting from the left-hand side, takes the first one high and away for ball 1. Gunnar Troutwine, who was pinch hit for in the 7th defensively behind the plate, has been replaced by Noah Croft, the freshman catcher, who squeezes the next one from Evans, and it's in there for a strike, 1-1. One pitch on the way, cut on and missed, 1-2. Barrick had the big 2-run double to extend the Mustang lead back in the 4th inning. Went the other way, one hopped the wall out in left field. That was against the Wichita State starter, Willie Schwanke. 1-2 pitch on the way from Evans. Fastball inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Groff, the new catcher, a redshirt freshman from Olathe, Kansas. 2-2 pitch on the way. Blooped out towards left field near the foul line. It's going to drop in fair territory for a base hit. So Barrick takes it the other way again. Drops right in front of Travis Young. And the Mustangs have their leadoff man aboard here in the home half of the 7th. The batter will be Scott Ogren, the DH.
Designated hitter Scott Ogren.
So Barrick aboard with his second base hit of the evening. His first non-extra base hit as a Mustang. The first 4 had all been extra base hits. And that'll likely be it for the right-hander Evans, as Coach Butler on his way out to the mound. Todd Butler, 4th-year head coach at Wichita State, will make the signal to the bullpen. And we have a pitching change here at Baggett in the bottom of the 7th. 4-2, Cal Poly on top. This is Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Clayton McGinnis is the new pitcher for Wichita State. He replaces Robbie Evans, who went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, no earned runs, struck out a pair of Mustangs as well, and is responsible for the base runner Colby Barrick over at first. With nobody out here in the top of the 7th, 4-2, Cal Poly leads Wichita State. McGinnis, the 6'1", 180-pound right-hander from Amazonia, Missouri. Made 22 appearances a season ago, started 7 games for the Shockers, and struggled a bit in his freshman campaign. Finished the year with a record of 2-2 and an ERA right around 8, 7.48 on the year in 49 1/3 innings of work. And he'll face Scott Ogren, the Mustang true freshman designated hitter. With nobody out and Barrick over at first base here in the bottom of the 7th. Ogren showing bunt, pulls back and takes the first one from McGinnis low. 1-0 the count. Ogren tonight 0 for 2. Squares to bunt again. Quick toss over to first base. Diving back in there safely is Barrick. 1-0 the count. Wouldn't be a bad idea to test Noah Croft, the catcher, who just came into the game for Troutwine, who was pinch hit for in the top half of this inning. Next pitch to Ogren, had to pull back the bunt attempt again and takes ball 2. 2-0 the count. Clayton McGinnis this season, an ERA of 9.82 in just 3 2/3 inning of work as Ogren gets down the bunt. It's a good one towards the right side of the infield, fielded by McGinnis, who will solo to the bag and just beat Ogren there. But the true freshman DH does his job, laying down the sacrifice bunt. Barrick advances to second base. One down in the inning, and back to the top of the order. Alex McKenna will be the batter.
Center fielder Alex McKenna.
McKenna 1 for 3 tonight. Singled back in the first inning and came around to score the first run of tonight's contest. Since then, a ground out to short and a strikeout. This is the third different pitcher he's seen tonight. First one from McGinnis, breaking ball. Cut on and missed, 0-1. Now McGinnis last pitched 3 days ago. Pitched against Northern Colorado in Wichita. Only faced one batter and struck out the only batter he faced. Hasn't pitched more than an inning in his 7 appearances this season. As the 0-1 pitch misses off the plate. 1-1 the count on Alex McKenna. Colby Barrick, who began this inning with a single to left after the bunt from Ogren, stands at second with one down. Bottom of the 7th, 4-2 Cal Poly on top. Right-hander against right-hander. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Lifted out towards center field, moving to his left. Jackson's going to make the catch. Staying put at second base is Barrick. McKenna hit it hard, but right at the Wichita State center fielder. 2 down in the inning. And Bradley Beasley will be the batter.
Second baseman Bradley Beasley.
Beasley, the true freshman, getting the start at second base tonight, is 1 for 3. Single to right field way back in the first. First one to him on the outside corner, 0-1. You wonder if Eric Ullman will be out there to at least start the 8th inning. Got into some trouble and gave up a run in the top of the 7th. Either or. If he does or doesn't come out, he's pitched one heck of a ball game here tonight as the next one to Beasley misses off the plate. A ball and a strike to the Mustangs' second baseman. Wichita State will send up 3, 4, and 5 in the 8th. Bohm, Ritter, and Boyer. 1-1 pitch on the way. Breaking ball. Beasley was fooled. Missed it. 1-2 the count. And the 3, 4, 5 hitters for Wichita State tonight against Ullman. A combined 1 for 8. McGinnis is ready. Barrick, a big lead at second. 1-2 pitch. Check swing. The appeal down to the first base umpire, Ryan Bleiberg. And he says that Beasley did not go around. So the count now evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Luke Ritter, the Shockers' second baseman, playing awfully close to the bag. A big hole on the right side of the infield where Beasley singled back in the first. Here's the next pitch on the way. Popped in the air, foul. This one will get out of play. Alec Bohm, the first baseman, gave it a look, but that one well out of play. And Beasley extends the at-bat. Count still evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A 4-2 lead for Cal Poly here in the home half of the 7th inning. Two and 2 the count. Barrick at second, 2 down in the inning. McGinnis comes set at the belt, and the 2-2 pitch is cut on and missed, strike 3. Down go the Mustangs in the home half of the 7th. So Clayton McGinnis, the sophomore right-hander, comes out of the bullpen and retires all 3 batters he faces here in the 7th inning. Top half of the 8th upcoming. 4-2, Cal Poly leads Wichita State. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball from Learfield. Eric Ullman is back out there for another inning of work. Through 7, he's given up 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Just 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. 1 more, and he's got himself a new career high as Alec Boehm, the Shocker first baseman, leads off the 8th and pops one foul and out of play. 0-1 the count. Boehm, Ritter, and Boyer for Cal Poly here in the 8th inning. Or rather, for Wichita State. My apologies. 0-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball, base hit into left field. So Boehm aboard with a leadoff base hit to begin the 8th. And Luke Ritter, the cleanup hitter, will represent the tying run at the plate. And here comes Larry Lee.
Second baseman Luke Ritter.
That'll likely be it for Ullman, who can only win it as he leaves with a runner on first base. And nobody out here in the 8th. We've got a pitching change at Baggett. 4-2, the Mustangs lead the Shockers. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball from Learfield. Eric Ullman, last 7 innings, gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 10 strikeouts, 1 walk for the junior from Las Vegas. He was excellent and can only win it. Still responsible for Boehm, the base runner over at first, who just singled to open up the top of the 8th. Craig Colin, the 6'3", 200-pound right-hander. He's a sophomore from San Francisco, California, the new pitcher for the Mustangs, making his 6th appearance of 2017. His last outing was against Gonzaga on Monday night, and Colin had a successful scoreless outing in that one, going an inning and a third, giving up 1 hit, No runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts for the right-hander in that one. And he'll face the tying run at the plate, Luke Ritter, the cleanup hitter for Wichita State, with nobody out, and Alec Boehm over at first base in the top of the 8th inning. The Mustangs with a 4-2 lead over Wichita State. First pitch on the way from Colin. It's a fastball low, 1-0 the count. Ritter 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts as he launches one to deep left field. This will tie the game at 4. My goodness, a no-doubter off the bat of Ritter. And on the second pitch he sees from Colin, he ties the game at 4. Ritter's second home run of the year. And there was no doubt about that one. So we're all tied at 4. And poor Eric Ullman can't catch a break. He was 1-3 with an ERA right around 2 entering tonight's contest. And we'll have a no decision in this one. 1-0 pitch on the way to Boyer. He lines one foul down the left field side. 1-1 the count. So the book is now closed on Ullman, who will not factor in the decision. Schwanke, the Wichita State starter, is off the hook. There's the 1-1 from Colin. Chopped over to short. Marin Cons Fields throws to first, 1 out. Ullman's final line, 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned, 10 strikeouts and a walk. Pitched exactly how you'd expect your Friday night starter to throw. But Luke Ritter here in the top of the 8th with a no-doubter to left field to tie the game at 4. 1 down in the inning. The base is empty. Here's Dayton Dugas. 0 for 3 tonight with the strikeout. 1-0 pitch, inside corner, 1-1. One pitch on the way. Off-speed pitch from Colin that misses low. Two-one pitch. Bounced. Hard towards third, backhanded by Sanderson. Throw across the diamond's not going to be in time. That was a nice effort to stop it, made by the senior Michael Sanderson over at third base. But the throw not in time, as Dugas legs it out for his first knock of the night. Shockers have a 1-out base runner, and here's Trey Vickers, the shortstop. As now Nick Meyer, the catcher, will trot on out to the mound, and that gotta just tear you apart if you're Larry Lee. Come in and make the pitching change. First batter Colin faces, results in a home run. A couple batters later, you're on your way back out to the mound to likely take out the right-hander. No signal yet from Larry. And now he will make the signal. So that'll be it for Colin. They're all tied at 4. Cal Poly and Wichita State. Shockers still batting here in the top of the 8th. This is Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Larry Lee goes to his third pitcher of the inning, and it's the fourth-year junior from Lafayette, California, the 6'4" southpaw Trent Shelton, summoned with a runner on and one out here in the top of the eighth. A tie ball game, 4-4 our score. The Shockers have scored 3 unanswered runs in each of the last 2 innings and emphatically tied the game at 4 just moments ago after Luke Ritter hit a deep no-doubter way over the left field fence here at Baggett off Craig Colon. And now Shelton will look to keep the score tied at 4. Entering the bottom of the 8th inning, but still work to be done. Trey Vickers, the shortstop, stands in with Dayton Dugas, the runner, over at first. This is appearance number 9 for Shelton, who's thrown 10 1/3 innings. An ERA of 5.23 for the former Oregon State Beaver. That's where he spent his first 2 years of college ball. Appeared in 16 games as a freshman in the Pac-12 and 5 games as a sophomore. Dugas, the runner, over at first. Trey Vickers, the shortstop, at the plate, showing bunt, and bunts it foul. Vickers 0 for 1 tonight. Drew a walk last time up in the 7th. Came around to score on the RBI ground out off the bat of Grayson Janusta. Also laid down a sacrifice bunt earlier tonight as the 0-1 pitch from the southpaw Shelton is low. 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1. Vickers chops it foul near the Mustang third base dugout. And the count, of 1-2 strikes on the Shocker shortstop. Short lead over at first for Dugas. 1-2 pitch, high and outside. Meyer tries to catch him napping as he throws back to first base. Dugas dives back in there safely. And the count now evened up at 2-2 strikes. You wish that split stats were readily available at the collegiate level, because Vickers batting from the right-hand side, facing a lefty here. We'll try and make that available for everybody listening at some point or another as Vickers lifts one out towards center. McKenna to his right will make the catch. That'll be the second out of the inning as Dugas remains put at first base. And Noah Croft,
Catcher number 7, Noah Croft,
who replaced Gunnar Troutwine, the starting catcher defensively in the 7th, will get his first at bat of the night. Redshirt freshman from Kansas, batting from the right-hand side. First pitch outside for ball 1. Another throw down to first base from the Mustang catcher Meyer, and Dugas back in there safely. There's the 1-0 pitch on the corner, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Croft lines one foul and out of play down the right field side. The ball and 2 strikes. Croft 4 for 14 at the plate this year. No homers, 2 RBIs for him. Redshirt freshman. Here's Shelton's 1-2 pitch, check swing, he went around, and that will end the inning. But the damage has been done. A 2-run home run off the bat of Luke Ritter ties the game at 4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. This is Mustangs baseball from Learfield.
Kids 13 and under. Be sure to stay till the conclusion of the game.
All tied at 4 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. New pitcher for the Shockers. It's Ryan Beekler, the southpaw, rather Reagan Beekler, the senior from Colorado Springs, Colorado, 6'1", 195. He's been excellent this year for the Shockers. Only giving up a run through 8 2/3. 10 strikeouts, 4 walks. He's also recorded a couple of saves this year, ERA of 1.04. And he will face 3, 4, and 5 for the Mustangs here in the home half of the 8th. Wichita State entering the 7th trailed 4-1. But scored 1 in the top half of the 7th and 2 courtesy of a Luke Ritter 2-run home run in the 8th inning. And have tied the game at 4 heading into the home half of the 8th inning. George Meyer and Marin Cons due up for Cal Poly. George has been fairly quiet tonight. Oh for 2. Did pick up an RBI way back in the first inning. A sacrifice fly to center field. Team leader in RBIs with 13 on the year. Left-hander against left-hander. First one from Beekler in there for a strike. Beekler a season ago as a junior made 18 appearances. Didn't have a record. An ERA of 3.97. 0-1 pitch on the way to George. Chopped to short. Fielded by Vickers. Throw on to first is in time for out number 1. Pitched in 22 2/3 innings. Struck out 18 batters. Walked 9. And once again did not have a record in 2016 for the Shockers as he retires the first batter he faces. 1 down in the home half of the 8th, all tied at 4. Nick Meyer is the batter. One for 3 at the dish this evening. Singled way back in the bottom of the first inning. Sophomore batting from the right-hand side. Cuts and misses at the breaking ball. 0-1. Nothing and 1 on Meyer. There's the next one from Beeker. Lined foul right above the Shocker first base dugout. Beeker delivers from almost a 3/4 angle out there on the mound. Not exactly a submariner by any means, but does have a funky delivery out there and works out of the stretch. With the count 0-2 on Meyer. Next pitch on the way. Off the end of the bat, bloop down the right field side, but dropping in foul territory near the warning track in foul ground by the Shocker bullpen. And the count still 0-2 from Reagan Beeker to Nick Meyer. '71st career appearance as a Wichita State Shocker for Reagan Beeker here this evening. 0-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball, head out towards center. Jackson moving to his left, circles under, and makes the catch. 2 outs in the inning. And here's Kyle Marincons. You have to tip your cap to this Wichita State bullpen. They've put together some very solid innings. Willie Schwanke, the starter, lasted just 4. But Robbie Evans came in and gave the Shockers 2 scoreless frames. McGinnis followed with a scoreless frame himself, and Beeker has retired the first 2 batters he's faced in the 8th. Left-hander against left-hander. Marincons at the plate, a check swing on the first pitch, no appeal. Inside, 1-0. Marincons 1 for 3 with a run scored tonight. Singled and scored back in the bottom of the 4th. Cal Poly has not scored since putting up 3 back in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 1-0 pitch on the way. Breaking ball catches the inside corner, 1-1. All tied at 4. With 2 outs and the bases empty here in the 8th as Marincons takes it the other way past the outstretched glove of Boyer, the third baseman, into left field. The sophomore's second hit of the evening. Cal Poly's got a base runner with 2 down. And the hitter will be Michael Sanderson.
Michael Sanderson.
Sanderson, the senior third baseman, has had a nice evening at the plate. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored. A couple singles for Sanderson, who spent his first 2 years of the collegiate level at Feather River Junior College up in Northern California. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound. Coach Butler's on his way out. Might be it for the left-hander. Might have came in to face the 2 lefties, George and Marincons. We'll see if Beekler stays out there. Nope, that'll be it. So Todd Butler makes the signal down to the bullpen. We've got a pitching change in the bottom of the 8th. Mustangs have a runner on with 2 down, all tied at 4 at Baggett Stadium. You're listening to Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Fifth Shocker pitcher of the night. It's Landon Holyfield, the 6'4", fifth-year senior right-hander from Fort Worth, Texas. He takes over for Reagan Beekler, who lasted 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit. He's responsible for Marin Khan to the runner over at first base. Holyfield will face Elijah Skips, or rather Michael Sanderson, excuse me, with Marin Khan's at first base and 2 outs in a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. A 4-4 tie between Cal Poly and Wichita State, the opener here tonight at Baggett Stadium. A 3-game set. The only Missouri Valley Conference team on the schedule for the Mustangs. Holyfield, the transfer from Abilene Christian. Abilene Christian, another Division I school in his hometown of Fort Worth, Texas. Made 10 appearances there at an ERA of 4.34 2 seasons ago in 18 2/3 of work. Sat out last year due to NCAA transfer rules, and in his first year as a Wichita State Shocker. And thus far, a nice start. An ERA of 1.13 in 8 innings of work, only giving up 1 run. 13 strikeouts, 8 walks, only 2 hits allowed. First one to Sanderson, breaking ball, outside corner, 0-1. Holyfield has been well-traveled at the collegiate level. Started his career at Fort Scott Community College in Fort Scott, Kansas, before ending up at Abilene Christian for just 1 year in 2015, and after sitting out last year here at Wichita State to wrap up his college career. Pickoff toss over to first base. Marin Khan's dives back in there safely. Quite a last name, Landon Holyfield, out on the mound right now. 0-1 the count to Michael Sanderson. 2 for 3 tonight. 0-1 pitch, fastball. He went around, says the home plate umpire. And it's quickly 0-2. Heath Jones, tonight's home plate umpire, making the call on that one himself. Holyfield way ahead on Sanderson. 0-2 the count. Right-hander ready, 0-2 pitch, fastball, got him looking, boy. Holyfield comes in and shuts the door on any Mustang hopes of taking the lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Top of the 9th is next, all tied at 4 between Cal Poly and Wichita State. You're listening to Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Trent Shelton, who retired the final 2 batters of the 8th inning, back out there to begin the 9th. All tied at 4 between Wichita State and Cal Poly. The first of 3 at Baggett Stadium between the Shockers and Mustangs this weekend. And it's been a good one. Cal Poly led 4-1 heading into the top of the 7th inning, but Wichita State came back with a run in the 7th and 2 in the 8th, courtesy of a Luke Ritter 2-run bomb to left field. And that's where we stand at the moment. Shockers will send it up 9-1-2. Here in the top half of the 9th inning, Jackson, Janusta, and Young. Jackson batting from the left-hand side. Cuts and misses at the next one from Shelton. 1-1 the count. Shelton, the fourth-year junior from Lafayette, California, delivers the next one low. Ball and 2 strikes on Jackson. Jackson tonight 0 for 2. Did lay down a sacrifice bunt his last time up as the 1-2 pitch misses upstairs. 2-2 the count. There's the 2-2 pitch rolled towards the right side of the infield. Beasley to his left throws to first. And that'll be the first out of the inning. So Jackson retired here in Wichita State's half of the 9th inning. And back to the top of the order, Grayson Janesta will be the batter. Janesta 1 for 4 tonight. An RBI ground out last time up in the 7th. Bats from the left-hand side. Shelton, the left-hand hurler on the mound, delivers the first one on the inside corner for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way, cut on and missed, 0-2. Travis Young, the Shocker left fielder in the on-deck circle. As the Mustangs once again defensively have aligned the shift to the right side of the infield. As the 0-2 pitch is cut on and missed, strike 3. So Shelton picks up his second strikeout. Janesta down on strikes for a second time tonight. 2 down in the inning, the base is empty. And here's Travis Young.
Left fielder, Travis Young.
Young, the sophomore left fielder. 1 for 4 tonight. He's also drawn a walk. Here's the first one to him. Breaking ball low and inside. He showed bunt, had to pull it back to get out of the way. 1-0 the count. Here's the next one. Showing bunt, trying to pull back, but he didn't. He appealed down to the first base umpire, Ryan Bleiberg, and the bat crossed the front of home plate, according to him. And the count now evened up at a ball and a strike. Here's the next pitch from Shelton. Breaking ball, cut on and missed. Now if Shelton can retire Young here, the Mustangs would send up the bottom third of the order. Skips, Barrick, and Ogren with a chance to win it in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch on Young. Fastball high, 2-2. Shelton, the southpaw, looking for a 1-2-3. Top half of the 9th. Here's the 2-2 pitch, cut on and missed, strike 3. Third strikeout for the southpaw. Back-to-back strikeouts to close out the top half of the 9th inning. Mustangs have a chance to win it when we return. We're all tied at 4 from Baggett Stadium. This is Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Landon Holyfield, who struck out Michael Sanderson to end the 8th inning, is out there to start the 9th for Wichita State. We've got a tie ball game between the Shockers and Mustangs. 4-4 our score. Cal Poly will send Elijah Skips, Colby Barrick, and Scott Ogren to the plate with a chance to win it here in the home half of the 9th inning. If not, for a second time in 2017, Cal Poly will play free baseball here at Baggett Stadium. Now Holyfield was certainly showing off the velocity on his fastball when he came in and retired Sanderson to close out the 8th. We do not have a radar gun available to us up here in the box at Baggett Stadium, but for my estimation and the eye examination, if you will, is the first one to Skips, or the eye test rather, on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Looked like he got the fastball up into the high 90s, at least the mid 90s. 0-1 pitch on the way. Skips lifts one out towards right field. Routine for Janusta. He'll make the catch, and that'll be out number 1 here in the home half of the 9th inning. Skips is retired, 1 down, and here's Colby Barrick.
Right fielder, Colby Barrick.
Barrick has had a nice night at the plate. 2 for 3, a couple RBIs. Both came on the 2-run double when he one-hopped the wall in left field back in the 4th inning. Batting from the left-hand side. First one from Holyfield, fastball inside corner for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Blew the fastball by him. 0-2 on Barrick. One down, bases empty, bottom of the 9th. All tied at 4 between Wichita State and Cal Poly. 0-2 pitch on the way to Barrick. Fastball high, 1-2. Scott Ogren, the DH, slated to bat next. Right-hander ready. 1-2 pitch on the way. Fouled back to the screen. So Barrick stays alive. A ball and 2 strikes to the Mustang junior right fielder. One and 2 the count. Next pitch on the way. Check swing on the pitch in the dirt. Field down to third base. Paul Graham says, no, you didn't. And the count evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Holyfield pretty intimidating out there on the mound as well. 6'4", 230. Texas tough out there on the bump. From Fort Worth, 2-2 pitch. On the inside part of the bat, rolled softly towards second, scooped up by Ritter. His throw to first base is in time, and that'll be the second out. So Barrick retired for a second time tonight, and Scott Ogren, the Mustangs' final opportunity to extend the bottom half of the 9th inning and keep this one from going into extra frames. So Ogren at the plate with the bases empty and 2 down. All tied at 4. here in the bottom of the ninth inning, as the first one from Holyfield is on the outside corner for strike one. Ogren has been quiet tonight, 0 for 2 with a pair of sacrifice bunts. Right-hander against right-hander. Here's the next one from Holyfield, again on the outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2. If Ogren can extend the ninth, Alex McKenna stands in the on-deck circle. There's the 0-2 pitch on the way. High fastball. Ogren takes it. 1-2 the count. Ogren, the true freshman from Valencia, looking to come through and extend the ninth for the Stangs as the 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball that he lays off of. Count now evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Holyfield hasn't given up a hit since the 5th of this month. On the road in Shreveport at Louisiana Tech, 2-2 pitch. Fastball off the plate. And the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. He'd certainly love to give Alex McKenna an opportunity with Ogren on the base paths. 3-2 the count. Holyfield's payoff pitch. Got him looking. Fastball at the knees. Ogren was on his way to first. Larry Lee not too happy about the call, but we've got free baseball here at Baggett. All tied at 4 between Cal Poly and Wichita State. Top of the 10th. Up next, this is Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Nine innings, not enough to decide a winner tonight between Wichita State and Cal Poly. We're headed to the top of the 10th inning from Baggett Stadium. The Mustangs playing in their second extra inning game this season. Last one was just 6 nights ago here against LMU. The Lions with a 6-5 win in 10 innings, with the Mustangs will look to even their extra inning record tonight at home against the Shockers of Wichita State. Slater Lee is the 4th Mustang pitcher of the evening. He takes over for Trent Shelton, who threw an inning and 2/3 of scoreless baseball. Didn't give up any hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts for Shelton in an inning and 2/3 of work. And Slater Lee, the 6-foot, 215-pound senior from Carlsbad, making his 8th appearance of 2017. He'll face 3, 4, and 5 for Wichita State here in the top of the 8th, or rather top of the 10th. Well, it's 8:42. Usually around this time, it's the top of the 8th, but it's the top of the 10th. First one to Bohm, in at the knees, 0-1. Bohm got it started for Wichita State in the 8th. Single to left field. It's the last batter that Eric Ullman faced. In came Craig Cullen. And out went Luke Ritter, who homered to tie the game. 1-1 pitch on the way is grounded towards short. fielded by Mirankons. His throw over to first base is in time for out number 1. So Lee retires the first batter he faces here in the 10th. 1 down in the inning, and here's Luke Ritter. Ritter had the big no-doubter 2-run home run to left field off Craig Cullen to tie the game at 4 back in the 8th inning, as the first one from the right-hander Lee is in at the knees for a strike. Next pitch on the way. Check swing. The appeal down to Ryan Blyberg. No swing. 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one misses low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Lee suffered a loss his last time out, and it was in extra innings against LMU. Pitched 2 innings. Gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, only 1 earned. And picked up a couple of strikeouts. As the 2-1 pitch misses low and outside. So he's fallen behind here on Ritter. 3-1 the count. Next pitch on the way. Fastball inside corner. And the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With Jordan Boyer in the on-deck circle. 3-2 pitch on the way. Fastball low, ball 4. So Ritter trots down to first via the 1-out walk. He represents the go-ahead run with 1 out here in the 10th. And the batter will be Jordan Boyer.
Third baseman Jordan Boyer.
First pitch on the way to the right-hand hitting third baseman is cut on and missed. 0-1 the count. Boyer 1 for 4 tonight. Doubled to left field all the way back in the 2nd inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit out towards center. McKenna moving back. He's got a beat on it. He'll make the catch. And that'll be the 2nd out here in the top of the 10th. Ritter retreats back to first base. And it'll be up to Dayton Duga to continue the inning for Wichita State. The Mustangs will send up top third of the order in the home half of the 10th inning. And Lee trying to keep this one tied at 4, give Cal Poly an opportunity to walk off in the home half of the 10th. First pitch on the way, in at the knees for strike 1. Quick toss over to first base. Ritter dives back in there safely. 0-1 the count. Duga, the DH, 1 for 4 tonight. Singled last time up in the 8th inning. 0-1 pitch on the way. That one popped foul and out of play. So Lee has jumped way ahead here. 0-2 the count. Short lead over at first for Ritter. Here's the 0-2 from Slater Lee. Fastball. Missed outside. A ball and 2 strikes the count. Right-hander against right-hander. 2 down. All tied at 4 here in the 10th. That one lying down the left field side and just foul. The Baggett faithful, the Mustang faithful here at Baggett Stadium holding their breath on that one. But clearly foul to the left of the foul line down there in the corner. And the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes on Dayton Duga. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball high and outside. Meyer tries a quick toss back to first base. And Ritter just got his hand back in there safely. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander comes set at the belt. The 2-2 pitch on the way is cut on and missed, strike 3. So the Shockers strand a runner at first. The 1-out walk does not come back to haunt Slater Lee as he pitches a scoreless top half of the 10th inning. Mustangs have a chance to win it with McKenna, Beasley, and George due up in the bottom half of the 10th. We're all tied at 4 between Cal Poly and Wichita State. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball from Learfield. Cal Poly sending up the top of the order in hopes of walking off here in the bottom of the 10th inning. All tied at 4 between the Mustangs and Shockers of Wichita State. This is the first of 3 this weekend between Cal Poly and Wichita State. And mercifully out of the game is Landon Holyfield, who retired all 4 batters he faced. 6th pitcher of the night for Wichita State, and it's the junior right-hander Chandler Sanborn. Sanborn, the junior from Indiana, 6'2", 195. Out there looking to extend this game at least another inning for the sake of the Shockers. Last season made 7 appearances with 3 starts, went 0-1 with an ERA of 7.23. And you hate to wear out your bullpen on a Friday night. Still got 2 more games here in San Luis Obispo this weekend. Tomorrow night at 6 p.m. and Sunday an afternoon start at 1 p.m. But obviously both teams looking to win the opener and get off to a good start in what should be a fun weekend series here at Baggett Stadium. Still plenty of seats available for the next couple days. GoPoly.com for more information. Sanborn 2-0 this year with an ERA of 2.08 through 8 2/3. He's given up 2 earned runs. First pitch on Alex McKenna, fastball on the corner, 0-1. McKenna 1 for 4 tonight. No homers yet this year. He's due. Lifts one out towards right center field. Moving on back, Janetta towards the warning track. He'll make the catch. And that'll be the first out of the 10th. So McKenna gave it a pretty good ride out towards right field. Janesta had to go back to the warning track to catch it. A long out, number 1. And here's Bradley Beasley. Sanborn appeared just 3 days ago in Wichita State's win at home over Northern Colorado. Through 3 innings, didn't give up any hits, didn't give up any runs, and picked up the win against the Bears, striking out 6, walking just 1 batter as the first pitch to Bradley Beasley is in there for a strike. Beasley 1 for 4 tonight. Next pitch on the way. That one catches the outside corner. And it's quickly 0-2. There's the 0-2 pitch on the way. That one in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes the count. All tied at 4 with the bases empty and 1 down here in the bottom of the 10th. Cal Poly and Wichita State, the Big West, clashing with the Missouri Valley Conference this weekend here in San Luis Obispo. A ball and 2 strikes on Bradley Beasley. Sandburn comes set at the letters. And the right-hander's 1-2 pitch, fastball on the outside corner, got him looking. First strikeout for Sandburn. He's retired the first 2 batters he's faced here in the home half of the 10th. And Josh George will be the batter. George 0 for 3 tonight. A sacrifice RBI via the sac fly back in the first inning. Batting from the left-hand side, he takes the fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. George, the team leader in RBIs with 13. Number 14 here would be a beauty and send the Mustang faithful here at Baggett Stadium, the ones that stuck around, home happy. 0-1 pitch on the way. Fastball on the inside corner. 0-2. So Sandburn way ahead on George. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Right-hander ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball high, 1-2. If Wichita State can extend the game another inning, they'll have Vickers, Croft, and Jackson due up. Bottom third of the Shocker order. You'd have to assume that Larry Lee will send Slater Lee back out there for another inning of work. Doesn't look like there's any action at the moment in the Mustang bullpen. A ball and 2 strikes the count. Right-hander ready. The 1-2 pitch on the way is a little blooper out towards left field. Coming on Young. He's going to make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3-10th for Chandler Sandburn and the Shockers. We'll go to the 11th. All tied at 4 between Cal Poly and Wichita State. You're listening to Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Still tied at 4 here at Baggett Stadium in San Luis Obispo, California. The Mustangs and Shockers tied at 4 as we head to the 11th inning. Slater Lee back out there for another inning of work after holding the Shockers scoreless in the 10th.
Leading off for the Shockers, shortstop, Trey Vickers.
Vickers, Croft, and Jackson due up 7, 8, 9 in the Wichita State lineup here in the 11th inning against Slater Lee. The senior right-hander from Carlsbad. First pitch, outside corner, strike one. Now, St. Patrick's Day 2017, someone is going to get lucky tonight and pick up an extra inning victory. As the 0-1 pitch misses inside, 1-1 the count. We certainly hope it's the team wearing green. As the 1-1 pitch misses off the plate. 2-1 the count. The Mustangs have used 4 pitchers. Wichita State has used 6. 2-1 pitch on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Grounded softly towards short. Charging is Marin Kahns, throwing on the run, and it pulls Skips off the bag at first. Even with a perfect throw from Marin Kahns that time, it would have been tough to get Vickers, who runs pretty well, down the first base line. Cal Poly has already committed 2 errors tonight. And we'll see what the official score rules that one. But nonetheless, the Shockers have their leadoff man aboard. And the batter is Noah Croft. Croft came in defensively to replace Troutwine, the starter behind the dish, back in the 7th inning. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Quick toss over to first base. And diving back in there safely is Vickers over at first. They will rule that a hit. An infield single off the bat of Trey Vickers, so not an error charged to Kyle Marin Kahns, whose throw pulled Elijah Skips, the Mustang first baseman, off the bag. Croft showing bunt, pops it up. Skips makes the catch. So 1 down here in the top of the 11th inning. Croft unable to get down the sacrifice bunt. And the batter will be Alex Jackson, the center fielder.
Alex Jackson.
Jackson, the freshman, batting from the left-hand side, is 0 for 3 tonight. Laid down a sacrifice bunt way back in the 7th inning, as on the first pitch he sees, he swings and lifts one foul and out of play down near Krupko's corner, just above Cal Poly's third base dugout. 0-1 the count. Quick toss over to first base. Vickers dives back in there safely. 2 finals to pass along to you, as we did earlier from Big West Conference play on this Friday. CSUN beating St. Mary's at home 5-4. UC Santa Barbara a 12-4 win over Stony Brook. 2 games in progress. 1 yet to get underway as Slater Lee blows the fastball by Jackson. Swings and comes up empty. True freshman couldn't catch up to that one. And the count 0-2. How about CSU Bakersfield going on the road and putting a beat down on UC Riverside tonight, 13-4. That game in the top of the 8th, though. 2-pitch fastball high. 1-2. And Cal State Fullerton hosting New Mexico this weekend for a 3-game set. Lobos and Titans tied at 1. That game in the top of the 7th inning. Indiana will visit Hawaii later tonight. 1-2 pitch. Fastball got him looking on the outside corner. Lee picks up his second strikeout. A big second out recorded by the Mustangs here in the top half of the 11th. And back to the top of the order, Grayson Genesta will be the batter.
Right fielder, Grayson Genesta.
Genesta, since leading off the game with a base hit to center field, has been quiet. 1 for 5 tonight. An RBI ground out back in the 7th inning as he takes the first one from Lee on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Vickers, who led off the inning with an infield single, still stands over at first. 2 down in the 11th as the 0-1 pitch is popped foul. This one will be backing out of play. Lands on the roof of the batting cages that the Mustangs have down the left field side here at Baggett Stadium. Will eventually be the brand new Dignity Health Clubhouse, a beautiful multi-million-dollar facility that will be built, they say, by the end of 2018, last I heard. 0-2 the count on Genesta. 2 pitch fastball just off the plate. And Heath Jones, the home plate umpire, is going to hear it from what remains of this crowd. That was awfully close to the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes on Genesta. With Vickers over at first base and 2 down here in the 11th. Cal Poly and Wichita State tied at 4. First of 3 this weekend between the Shockers and Mustangs. 1-2 pitch on the way. Line drive into right field for a base hit. Vickers stops at second. Genesta has his second hit of the night. And now the go-ahead run in scoring position. 2 on, 2 outs. And the batter will be Travis Young. So Genesta,
Left fielder, Travis Young.
with the count at 1-2, able to stick out the bat and poke that one into right field for a 2-out base hit. And here comes Larry Lee with Travis Young coming up. Perhaps we'll go over the scouting report with Lee, the right-hander, or make a pitching change and have whoever comes out of the bullpen inherit a couple base runners here with 2 down in the top half of the 11th inning. Still doesn't look like there's anyone down there in the Mustang bullpen, although our vantage point ain't the best from in the press box here at Baggett Stadium. Larry's still talking things over with his right-hander and whispers something along the lines of, "You've got the same last name as I do. I trust you right here." Larry leaves in the senior in a critical situation. Vickers represents the go-ahead run at second. Genesta over at first base with 2 down in the top half of the 11th inning. Travis Young, the sophomore left fielder, 1 for 5 tonight. Swinging on the first one from Slater Lee, bounces it foul. Right over to Larry Lee in the Mustang dugout. 0-1. Vickers, the runner at second. Genesta over at first. 2 down in the inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Beautiful stop by Meyer. That one short hopped on him. Bounced right around the plate, and Meyer stuck out the glove, and little St. Patrick's Day luck there. Able to keep that one in front of him. 1-1 pitch. Lee blows the fastball by Young. 1-2 the count. Later Lee trying to wiggle out of some trouble here in the 11th. 2 on, 2 outs, all tied at 4. Right-hander comes set at the belt. 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cal Poly will send up the middle of their order in the bottom half of the inning. Meyer, Marin-Cons, and Sanderson. Right-hander against right-hander. 2-2 pitch is cut on and missed, strike 3. Lee picks up a big strikeout. Wichita State leaves a couple more in scoring position. 12 Shockers left on base tonight. Mustangs have another chance to win it. Bottom half of the 11th upcoming. Still tied at 4. This is Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Cal Poly will send up the middle of the order. Nick Meyer, Kyle Marin-Cons, and Michael Sanderson a chance to win it here in the bottom of the 11th inning. Tied at 4 between Wichita State and Cal Poly. First of 3 this weekend at Baggett Stadium. Chandler Sandburn back out there for his second inning of work. Set down the side in order in the 10th. Nick Meyer will stand in. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Singled way back in the first, which seemed like forever ago. Right-hander against right-hander. Here's the first one from Sandburn. A breaking ball high and inside, 1-0. Meyer, a home run and 12 RBIs this season. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the corner, 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 from Sandburn to Meyer. Fouled back and out of play, 1-2. Pretty good amount of fans have stuck around here at Baggett Stadium. Stay through extra innings and help their Mustangs, or help cheer on these Mustangs to what we all hope is an extra inning victory. The ball and 2 strikes the count. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way, lifted out towards right field. Coming in is Janesta. He'll make the catch, and that'll be out number 1 here in the bottom of the 11th. Kyle Marin-Cons will be the batter. He's 2 for 4 tonight. A couple singles for the sophomore shortstop. Mustangs just looking for a base runner. Haven't had one since the 8th inning. Marin-Cons was the last Mustang to reach base when he singled off Beekler. Since then, Cal Poly has stayed off the base paths. First pitch to Marin-Cons is low, ball 1. One down, the base is empty, bottom of the 11th. A 4-4 tie at the moment between Cal Poly and Wichita State. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Lifted out towards shallow center field. Going back onto the outfield grass. Vickers, the shortstop, makes the catch. And that will be the second out of the inning. So Marin Khan's now 2 for 5 tonight. And Michael Sanderson
Third baseman, Michael
will be the batter. Sanderson 2 for 4. Struck out his last time up against Holyfield in the 9th inning. Right-hander against right-hander. Here's the first one from Sanborn. In there for a strike. So got Sanborn and Sanderson going at it. Nothing and 1 the count. You'd love to give Elijah Skips an opportunity here in the 11th. If Sandberg allows Sanderson to reach base. Skip stands in the on-deck circle. 1-1 the count. Right-hander ready. Next pitch on the way. Lifted out toward center. Jackson going back near the warning track. He'll make the catch. And we're headed to the 12th. Looked good off the bat, but you got to hit it a long way to get it out here at Baggett. 405 to dead center. And down go the Mustangs. 1-2-3 in the 11th. 12th inning is next. Still tied at 4. This is Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Slater Lee is back out there for a 3rd inning of work as we enter the top of the 12th inning. Anybody ever say lucky number 12? I've never heard it. 3-4-5 for the Shockers. Alec Boehm, Luke Ritter, and Jordan Boyer face the senior right-hander native of Carlsbad down near San Diego, Slater Lee. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. Lee's done a nice job through the first 2 extra frames. 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs. 1 walk, he struck out 3. As the 0-1 pitch misses downstairs, 1-1 the count. Boehm 1 for 5 tonight. Singled and scored on the Ritter 2-run home run that tied the game way back in the 8th inning. 1-1 pitch fouled back to the screen. 1-2 the count. And this is the dangerous part of the order that you're messing with if you're Slater Lee. Boehm, 2 homers. Ritter, a homer earlier to give him 2 on the year. And Boyer, the team leader in RBIs with 17. He's also a homer this year, but Boehm goes down swinging as Lee blows him away with the fastball. 4th strikeout for the senior right-hander. One away here in the top of the 12th. And here's Luke Ritter. Ritter 1 for 3 with a walk. And of course, the 2-run home run to left that tied the game at 4. Back in the 8th inning. First pitch from Lee on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Next pitch on the way. Just low. 1-1 the count. Doesn't look like there's any action brewing in the Shocker bullpen, so Chandler Sandberg will likely be out there for another inning as Ritter hits one past the diving Sanderson down into the left field corner. Ritter on his way to second, and will stop there with a 1-out double. His second extra base hit of the evening, and he's in scoring position representing the go-ahead run with 1 down here in the 12th. The batter will be Jordan Boyer.
Third baseman Jordan Boyer.
So Ritter doubles with 1 out here in the top of the 12th, his third double of 2017. Wichita State has stranded 12 runners on base tonight. First pitch on Boyer, and boy, he was on that one, but he fouled it straight back to the screen, 0-1. Boyer 1 for 5 tonight. Doubled way back in the second inning against the Mustang starter, Eric Ullman. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball way out of the strike zone. So Lee jumps way ahead of Boyer. 0-2 the count. Ritter, who just doubled, stands at second with 1 out in a tie ball game here in the top of the 12th inning. Nothing and 2 the count. And a pickoff toss back to second base. Back in there safely is Luke Ritter. An interesting time to try a pickoff toss towards second, when that represents the potential go-ahead run. It was almost a bad throw. Beasley almost didn't get there in time, as the 0-2 pitch is right by Boyer. Struck him out swinging. It's another strikeout for Slater Lee, his 5th since entering to begin the 10th. 2 down in the inning. And here's the DH, Dayton Duga.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting
Or not.
number
We've
25,
got a pinch hitter.
number 5,
So Duga will be
Backer.
pinch hit for. It'll be Josh DeBacker, the sophomore who bats from the left-hand side. And Duga finishes the night 1 for 5 at the plate. DeBacker, the third-year sophomore from Lee's Summit, Missouri. We got Larry Lee in the Mustang dugout, Slater Lee on the mound. And DeBacker at the plate from Lee's Summit, batting from the left-hand side. Lee's wild as the first pitch misses low. Josh DeBacker, third-year sophomore, reserve outfielder, pinch hitting here. Another pickoff toss to second. That was awfully close. This time it was Marincons, the shortstop, covering. And Ritter just got his hand back in there. 1-0 the count on DeBacker. DeBacker hitting .250 this season. He's 8 for 32 at the plate. No homers, 6 RBIs. Looking for a big number 7 here. Another pickoff toss to second. And extremely close again with Marin Khan's covering. Just getting the hand back in there was Ritter. Little game of cat and mouse. Ritter wants to take a bigger lead. Slater Lee keeps checking in on him back there at second base. Here's the 1-0 pitch to DeBacker. Line drive, left center field. Coming on and making the catch is Josh George on the run. Shockers leave another man in scoring position. Mustangs have a chance to win it as we go to the bottom of the 12th, tied at 4. You're listening to Mustangs baseball from Learfield. The junior right-hander Chandler Sandburn out there for his third inning of work as the night continues here at Baggett Stadium, all tied at 4 between Wichita State and Cal Poly Extra Frames in San Luis Obispo tonight. Chris Sylvester here with you. So happy you've been sticking around and will likely stick around. If you've stuck around for this long, you'll stick around into the wee hours of the morning. If that's how long it takes us to find a winner in this one. The Mustangs will send up the bottom third of the order. Skips, Barrick, and Ogren with a chance to win it here in the home half of the 12th against the right-hander Sandburn, who has yet to allow a base runner. The Mustangs haven't had a base runner since the 8th inning. The 8th inning. That was a long time ago. We're in the 12th. Skips batting from the left-hand side. The junior takes a fastball high and outside, 1-0. Keep in mind, Sandburn back on the 14th, just 3 days ago, in picking up a win against Northern Colorado. Pitched 3 innings against the Bears. So I wonder where his stamina and energy level is at right now as he enters his third inning of work. 1-0 pitch to Skips, misses inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Elijah Skips at the plate. He's already got 1 home run this year. 2-0 pitch on the way, popped up, foul territory, chasing his Boyer, the third baseman, and he'll run out of room. That one lands in the Mustang bullpen. 2 balls and 1 strike. Elijah Skips 1 for 4 tonight. Had an RBI base hit to center field way back in the 4th. Two and 1 the count. Sandberg ready. 2-1 pitch on the way. Fouled back to the screen. And the count now evened up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. After Skips, it'll be Colby Barrick, the Mustang junior right fielder, who patiently awaits in the on-deck circle. You've got to be patient sticking with the great game of baseball, especially one that's gone 12 innings. Could go longer here tonight at Baggett. 2 and 2 the count. Sandburn ready. 2-2 pitch on the way, and he blew the fastball by Skips. Strikeout number 2 for the junior right-hander. Skips is out number 1 here in the home half of the 12th. And Colby Barrick will be the batter. So here's Barrick with the bases empty and 1 down. Home half of the 12th. Colby's 2 for 4 tonight. Had a 2-run double way back in the 4th. Batting from the left-hand side, first pitch swinging back towards the middle and into center field for a 1-out base hit. So Barrick has his 3rd knock of the contest. He represents the potential winning run over at first base with 1 out. And the batter will be Scott Ogren.
Designated hitter, Scott Ogren.
Ogren, the true freshman, got the start at DH tonight. 0 for 3. Laid down a sacrifice bunt earlier. Barrick a short lead over at first base as Sandburn steps off the rubber. Right-hander against right-hander. Quick toss over to first base. Barrick dives back in there safely. Still awaiting the first one from Chandler Sandburn to Scott Ogren. The Mustangs' first base hit and first base runner since the 8th inning. There's the first one to Ogren. Chopped towards the middle. Fielded by the shortstop Vickers, who goes to second for 1. Throw on to first. Pulls Bohm off the bag. So Ogren is safe. They do get the lead runner, Barrick, at second, though. 2 down in the inning. Ogren aboard via the fielder's choice. And here's Alex McKenna.
Alex McKenna.
McKenna 1 for 5 tonight, but certainly has the ability to end this game with 1 swing, whether it be to the gap or somewhere over the wall in fair territory, of course, as he lines one out towards left. Going back Young near the warning track. He's going to make the catch. And we're headed to the 13th. Still tied at 4. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball from Learfield. Top of the 13th at Baggett Stadium. Cal Poly and Wichita State knotted up at 4. Slater Lee back out there for his 4th inning of work. Vickers, Croft, and Jackson, bottom third of the order, due up for Wichita State. It's 11:30. 11:32 back in Kansas. Wichita State in men's basketball, knocking off the 7 seed Dayton earlier tonight in March Madness. And it's St. Patrick's Day. Boy, I tip my cap to you if you're still with us and a Wichita State sports fan. First one to Vickers, misses low. Next pitch from Lee downstairs as well. So Slater's falling behind here. 2 balls and no strikes. And Larry Lee on his way out to the mound, or perhaps Slater Lee a bit shaken up. He's holding his right shoulder. This is a season high, or it would have been if Lee could have gotten through. Still could, as he's out there on the mound, but Larry Lee's going to the bullpen. So Slater Lee with the count at 2-0 on Vickers is going to be lifted. Looks like a right shoulder injury. We've got a pitching change in the 13th. We'll step aside. This is Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Michael Clark takes over for Slater Lee on the mound. Nobody aboard, nobody out. The count 2-0 on Trey Vickers, the Wichita State shortstop. Slater Lee, after missing with the first 2 to Vickers, after he got the baseball back from the catcher Meyer, began to grab his right shoulder and signaled for Larry Lee in the Mustang dugout to come out and get him. Clark had been loosening in the bullpen, but this is the second consecutive time in which Clark has come in to replace an injured Mustang pitcher. Did it on Sunday and picked up the win, his first win of the year over LMU when he came in for Bobby I, who was injured early in the 4th inning of that one. This is appearance number 9 for Clark, the 6'1 sophomore from Northern California, as his first one to Vickers is in for a strike. So the count now 2-1. Right-hander works out of the stretch as Vickers hits this one out towards right field. Barrick taking a couple of steps to his left will make the catch. And there's out number 1 here in the top of the 13th inning. Noah Croft, the redshirt freshman, will be the batter. Croft 0 for 2 since replacing Troutwine defensively in the 7th as he shoots this one to right field. Barrick goes into a slide and can't make the catch. He dropped it. It'll be an error committed by Barrick, allowing Croft to reach with 1 out here in the top of the 13th. A fast-sinking line drive out in right field, but nonetheless, Croft is aboard on the error. Shockers have the potential go-ahead run at first base with 1 out here in the 13th. And the batter is Alex Jackson, the freshman center fielder, as Clark tosses one over to first base. Croft dives back in there safely. First pitch on the way. Jackson takes the fastball on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Croft a medium-sized lead over at first base. Here's the 0-1. Croft takes off. Throw down to second is in time. Don't test Nick Meyer, last year's freshman field player of the year in the Big West. Is so tough to run on. Croft decided it might be a good idea to there. Meyer denies him. And Jackson swung and missed at the 0-1, so Clark ahead 0-2. 0-2 pitch. High and inside, 1-2. Seventh time that Meyer has thrown out a would-be base stealer in 2017. Awfully impressive. Exactly 1 month into the season. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. That one misses high. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. The Mustangs will send up 2, 3, and 4. Beasley, George, and Meyer in the bottom half of the 13th. Here's the 2-2 from Clark. Jackson lines one foul and out of play. Boy, this one's been so fun. But I'm very much looking forward to the Blast 825 Taproom post-game scoreboard update with Alex Klepper happily waiting back in our Central Coast studios as Jackson lines another one foul. Count remains 2-2 on Jackson. Tons of March Madness scores, World Baseball Classic, the National Basketball Association as well. For Alex to pass along to you. As we head to the bottom of the 13th, Clark picks up another strikeout, sets down Jackson swinging. Mustangs will bat when we return. This is Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Bottom of the 13th, still tied at 4 between Cal Poly and Wichita State. Chandler Sandburn, the junior right-hander, back out there for his 4th inning of work. He'll face Bradley Beasley, Josh George, and Nick Meyer. 2, 3, and 4 in the Mustang order. Here in the bottom of the 13th inning. First one to Beasley. Bounced foul near the Wichita State first base dugout. Beasley is 1 for 5 tonight. singled back in the first. He's also struck out a couple of times tonight. Right-hander against right-hander. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Popped in the air. Foul territory. And out of play. Groff, the catcher, and Bohm, the first baseman, gave it a look, but that one about 5 rows deep here in foul territory at Baggage Stadium. Nothing in 2 on Bradley Beasley. Next pitch on the way, a fastball that misses outside. Ball and 2 strikes the count. Getting closer and closer to midnight in Wichita, Kansas. It's only 9:45 here. We've got plenty of time to play some more baseball before midnight hits as the 1-2 pitch misses low. 2-2 the count. There's the 2-2 pitch, fastball high and outside. So the count runs full. 3-2 on Beasley with Josh George on deck. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Popped up, foul territory, and back behind the Wichita State first base dugout. So Beasley continues to fight off pitches here from Sandburn. He stays alive. The count's still full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. For our score. Bottom of the 13th. Bases empty, nobody out. Payoff pitch on the way to Beasley, and it's popped up, foul territory. Croft, the catcher, calling and unable to make the catch. That one landed in the Wichita State on deck circle. And Beasley with new life. The count still full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With Josh George in the on-deck circle. Right-hander against right-hander. Sandberg ready. Here's the payoff pitch again. Check swing. Softly hit towards second. Fielded by Ritter. Throw to first is in time. Got Beasley by a half a step. 1 down in the home half of the 13th. And here's Josh George. George, the junior, 1 for 4, including a sacrifice fly back in the first inning. Batting from the left-hand side, swings and misses at the first one from Sandburn. Nothing and 1 the count. 0-1 pitch on the way. Chopped to first and fielded in foul territory by Bohm.
Everybody clap your hands.
So the count now 0-2 on Josh George. This is the 4th 13-inning game in Baggett Stadium history. Baggett Stadium opened up in 2001. There has never been a 14-inning game in Baggett Stadium history. So we have a chance to be a part of some history tonight if the Mustangs can't win it here in the home half of the 13th. 0-2 the count. Next pitch on the way. Line drive foul and out of play. Still 0-2 on George. Right-hander ready. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes. Charge. It's been a fun night here at Baggett. The Mustangs hoping to walk it off at some point to pick up win number 6 here in 2017. And what would be a 3rd victory in a row. There's the 1-2 pitch. Popped in the air, foul, and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes on the Mustang left fielder, Josh George. Nick Meyer standing in the on-deck circle. There's the 1-2 pitch on the way, blooped, foul, and out of play. So George continues to fight off pitches from the right-hander Sandburn. Still a ball and 2 strikes as we near the 4-hour mark of tonight's game. Base is empty, 1 down, all tied at 4 in the bottom of the 13th. 1-2 pitch on the way, fouled back behind the plate. Still 1-2, and you figure, if you know a thing or two about baseball, the more pitches a hitter sees from the same pitcher over and over and over again, you'd have to think advantage hitter. Big gap out in right center for Josh George. A ball and 2 strikes. Sandburn ready. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Foul ball. Out of play. Still 1-2. 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Now that game in Hawaii has gotten underway. Indiana visiting the Rainbow Warriors. That one might end before this one. One and 2 the count. Next pitch on the way, fastball off the plate. 2-2 the count. George at the plate, the 2-2 pitch on the way, fouled back to the screen. The 11th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. We've been tied at 4 since a 2-run home run off the bat of Luke Ritter in the 8th inning. That was a long time ago. 2-2 the count on George. 12th pitch of the at-bat is appropriately chopped foul. near the Wichita State dugout. Yes, we're certainly hoping Josh George can put a charge into the next one from Sandburn. And if not, end tonight's game with one swing of the bat. Get on base with an opportunity for his teammates to knock him home as the 2-2 pitch lifted out towards center. Jackson coming in. He'll make the catch. And the 12 pitch at bat ends in a fly out to center. 2 down, and the base is empty here in the bottom of the 13th inning. And Nick Meyer will be the batter.
Catcher Nick Meyer.
Meyer is 1 for 5 tonight. Singled eons ago in the first inning. Sophomore catcher in the top half of the inning threw out his 7th would-be base stealer of 2017 already. Last year, a second-team All-Big West selection. Here's the first one to him. Breaking ball low and outside. 1-0. The count on Nick Meyer. Next pitch on the way. Chopped towards third and fielded in foul territory by Boyer. So the count remains even at a ball and a strike. A ball and a strike on Nick Meyer. Sandberg's 1-1 pitch. Low. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled out of play. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. If we get to the 14th, Jurista, Young, and Bohm. Top third of the order for the Shockers. Here's the 2-2 to Meyer. Line drive, base hit into right field. So the Mustangs have the potential winning run over at first base with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 13th. And here's Kyle Marincons. There's Mike Steele. Todd Butler on his way out of the Wichita State dugout. We're going to have a pitching change here at Baggett Stadium. Nope. Butler had not made the signal out to the bullpen yet, and the new pitcher came trotting on anyways, but that'll be it for Sandburn. Myers at first, 2 down, bottom of the 13th, still tied at 4. This is Mustangs baseball from Learfield. 2 outs. Nick Meyer at first in the bottom of the 13th inning. The 7th Wichita State pitcher of the night, summoned from the bullpen. Boy, we're running out of room here on our score sheet. Ben Heck will be the new pitcher.
Shortstop, Kyle Marathon.
Hecht, the junior right-hander, takes over for Sandburn, who went 3 2/3, gave up 2 hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, no walks issued, but he's responsible for Meyer, the runner over at first base. Marincon's the batter, 2 down here in the bottom of the 13th inning. The 6'3", fourth-year junior. His first pitch to Marincons is lined into left field for a base hit. Over to get it, and stumbling is the left fielder Young. Meyer's going to be waved home, and the Mustangs are going to walk off on the Shockers in the bottom of the 13th. Marincons singles to left. Young bobbles. It goes by him into the alley. And Cal Poly gets lucky on St. Patrick's Day. They beat Wichita State by a final of 5-4. It's the 3rd consecutive win for Cal Poly, 6th of the season. Wichita State drops to 10-7 on the year. The win goes to Michael Clark. He picks up his 2nd victory of the season. The loss goes to Ben Hecht, who came in out of relief. And the time of the ball game, 4 hours and 1 minute. Let's send it back to Alex Klepper in the Central Coast Studios for the Blast 825 Taproom Scoreboard Update. We'll be back to wrap things up. After this, you've been listening to Mustangs Baseball from Learfield.